Welcome, race fans. Tonight, we are here with the Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Doug Design Cannon Pro Series. Case Race 2 here at Pocono. Yes, you can tell that I kind of shocked right now. Myself, Joshua Medlock, tonight as what just transpired at Daytona 500 here today at the end of the race. Gary, heart-breaking at the end of that race. I know we have business here to attend to tonight, but, we're NASCAR, we're racing, our family, so we all have to stick together.
Yeah, we definitely do have to stick together. He's an Indiana kid. I'm from Indiana, so really tough for me. Those Indiana guys, whenever they're racing NASCAR open wheel, it doesn't matter. They always hold a special place. Just keep Ryan Newman in your thoughts and your prayers, and definitely his family as we're going through this at the moment.
Let's just wait. Just keep thoughts and prayers for Ryan Newman and the Newman family out there, and just hopefully it's okay. But like I said, we opened here for round 2 of the chase. For last week's winner in round 1, Will L. Davis coming in with the first win of round 1, a non-chase driver. We enter round 2 here tonight, Gary, at the tricky Triangle of Pocono. And, 27 drivers out here tonight. Not bad for this track of its own. Each of the corners, all 3 of them are styled at a different track or a different track. So they are going to have some, work cut out for them. Yeah, we'll get to the chase drivers here in just a minute, but they're going to have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have their work cut out for them. And you know what? Like you said, each corner is different. Well, they all have different degrees of banking. And guess what? The 3 straightaways, they all have 3 different lengths. So this is going to be one of those races where we might see a little bit of shifting involved in a couple of these corners. We might see some guys struggle in one corner or one area of the racetrack but excel in another. I think really the main 2 places to watch tonight, I think, are going to be the tunnel turn 2, and then turn 3, with it being such a long, sweeping turn. How will they get out of turn 3 to come down the long front straightaway?
Yeah, turn 3 is very, very flat. It's, designed after, I believe, the Milwaukee Mile
Yes.
for turn 3. So, it is a very flat surface coming out of 3. There's not 4 turns here, folks. Just 3 turns. That's what they call it, the tricky triangle. But,
And what turn 4?
Yeah, what's turn 4? Yeah, there is no turn 4. Well, track temp of 97 and air temp of 75. It's a little warm out there here at this tricky triangle, but it might be slick for the first couple of laps, as normal with these fresher tires. But this track is huge, Gary. It's 2.5 miles. They're gonna have plenty of time to get that heat built up. Probably 2 to 3 laps at the most. It is not gonna take long.
Yeah, they're not going to have a whole lot of grip going into the first corner on any start or restart. But really, I'm thinking once they get into turn 3 and exit turn 3, they'll definitely have the cars figured out, and the tires will be up to temp and that kind of stuff. As we're talking about these turns here and how different they are, turn 1's out of Trenton Speedway in New Jersey, which is no longer open. That's why it's not in iRacing. Turn 2 is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And then turn 3, like you said, is the Milwaukee Mile. So 3 different turns at 3 different historic racetracks. So it's going to be an interesting race to watch. It's going to be a lot like super speedways down these straightaways, but during the corners we might see a little bit of short track action. It's pretty tricky to get through these turns. It's really going to be important to see how these cars rotate in the center.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The only thing, I'm going to go ahead and say it here, the only thing I don't like about Pocono is the pacing line. Because,
they take about 2 minutes to get around here.
Gary, it's still, it takes a while to get around it.
Yeah, 75 is one of the higher pace speed limits we'll see on any speedway outside of the plate tracks. Daytona and Talladega, they're at about 80 miles an hour. So this track, they can get around here under pace laps in about 2 minutes, 2.5, depending on where you're at in the field. So it's going to be really important, and it's really going to give you a lot of time. Like if you get in a wreck early and get some damage, you'll have plenty of time to get that damage fixed and not lose a lap. And this is one of the few tracks here, Josh, where you could take a pit stop, depending on where you're at in the field, and you will not lose a lap here at Pocono.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's that big. I would say this is, it is 2.5 miles. It is the same size, or the same length, I should say, as like Daytona. Daytona is 2.5 miles long. But how wide that front stretch is here at Pocono, I mean, it's 3,700 feet long.
It's about a mile.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a monster. The drag here at Pocono on this front stretch, that could save fuel too, as we look at the fuel window at about 30 to 35, tire window about the same, 30 to 35, doesn't really use much tires, more along the lines of that right front than anything.
Yeah.
So, you get that monster amount of draft on the front stretch. You might be able to flip the switch, shut the fuel off for a little bit, and then flip it back on, or maybe clutch it.
Yeah, you could definitely do that here. And I will tell you, good thing they have the no 3 wide till the exit turn 2 rule here, which will be interesting how they use that for tonight. Because I know in a lot of races that I've watched on iRacing, of course, real NASCAR, that kind of thing, as soon as they drop the green flag and they cross the start-finish line, you see these guys go 4, 5, even 6 wide going down this front stretch. So it's still going to be a little bit wild. I think on the exit turn 2, it's not as wide as the front stretch, but you could definitely see some guys going 2, 3, 4 wide here tonight, if at least early on in the run and with these starts and restarts.
Oh, yeah. Well, pit road speed 55 miles per hour, 75%, or 75%, well, 75% fuel load.
Hey, there you go.
Mile per hour pace speed here tonight. That is the pre-race element. So let's get to the point standings here before they get into the qualifying and the drivers meeting. We've got Rhett Nichols up front with 1,045 points. Of course, this is the second race, so the points did reset. And now we're in the second race. So this is the way things line out come into tonight. Rick Christensen in second, 1,044, one behind Rhett. Bradley Wetzel in third, 1,041, 3 behind Alexander Brown in fourth, 1,041 behind Wetzel. And Brian Wasserman in fifth, 1,039, 1 point behind Alexander Brown. And Alan Hilton in sixth, 1,038 points, 1 point behind Brian Wasserman.
Yeah, in seventh place here, we've got Christian DeBoer with 1,037. Then we've got Edward Bray in eighth place with 1,035. Then we've got our defending champion, Chris Seidenfaden. He's got some work to do. He's at 1,031. And then in 10th place, we've got Paul Irvin. He's also got some work to do with 1,030. In 11th place, we've got Orlando Rivera with 1,022. And rounding out our chase field, Zach Willard, who was really one of the more dominant guys in the regular season. He's in last right now. He's got a half race to make up with 26 points behind. He's got 1,019.
Yeah, he does have, quite a few spots to make up, Gary, but you can make up those spots in just one race. So, anything is possible. You can't count out any of these top 12 chase contenders here tonight as they get directly qualified. Folks, we are going to step away here real quick, play the national anthem. The qualifying to be underway when we come back. We got team points to go down as well, and maybe talk to a couple of drivers here tonight. So don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back.
So proud. was getting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free? You're the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? In the home of the
Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Qualifying is officially over. And it looks like Paul Irvin is going to grab that pole here tonight for Pocono. So, Paul Irvin is a chase driver. Back here at 10th in the point here and grabbing a pole. Gary, grabbing the pole is important here at a track like Pocono. You can, get a breakaway if you can, because it is difficult in some situations depending on how the car is set up. We know it's a fixed setup, but, how is the package here for the K&N series? What's it like? Can you break away from somebody? So that's where Paul is going to really have to distinguish. Is it going to be pack racing tonight, or, is our leader or leaders going to be able to break away from the field?
Yeah, and these cars don't have nearly the amount of downforce as, say, these Cup cars do. So really, I think the main key tonight is going to be track position. I think if you're in the top 4, top 5, maybe even the top 10, I think you have a really legitimate shot at winning this race. But yeah, track position, maintaining that all night long, and managing your right front tire, I think those are going to be the 2 biggest keys to tonight's race to victory.
All right, well, we got some team points to go down here, and I'm working on a graphic. Don't worry, I'm going to get a graphic up here for these team points for everybody out there, because I know we just talked about them, but I can't remember from week in to week out. Gary, you have the notes. What do you have this week, bud?
Well, now that you're flipping it over to me, good segue. I'll just give you the K&N team points. How about that?
That'll be fine.
All right. So in first place, we've got our usual Samson Motorsports with 696. In second place, we've got Maverick with 665. Careful there. In third place, we've got Proformance with 654. In fourth place, we've got Hyperdrive with 625. In fifth place, we've got Performance with 599. But 1 point behind them is Jacob Bell Racing with 598. Then it's Primetime Motorsports in seventh with 519. Downforce with 479 in eighth place, and rounding out our field here for team points is Virtual Racing Alliance with 372.
Yep, yeah, that is just the K&N points. We're going to get to the overall team points for all the four series that they have here that are combined, and of course, the defending team champions up front, Samson Motorsports, 1,294. Primetime in second with 3,023. Performance in third with 2,920. Hyperdrive in the fourth, 2,702. Performance, that is with the 4, Performance. Fifth place, 2067. Jacob Bell Racing in 548. Virtual Racing Alliance in 7th, 2546. Maverick Motorsports, 8th, 24. Downforce in 9th, pulling up the anchor, 2207. But like I say each and every week, it is not over yet. And, anything can happen here. But the overall team points is where that team championship is decided. And in points is just one of the 4 series that they run. Gary, they got the trucks, got the Xfinity, and the Cup series, and those are ran, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So, everything combined, that's where it takes.
Yeah, everything combined, it really is a total team effort. Here in Extreme, especially with these team points, you really can't have a weakness anywhere. You have to be strong in pretty much everything, and even when you're not strong, if you're about mid-pack, if you're mediocre, basically, in one of these series, but you're strong everywhere else, or in a couple of them, then you really do have a really nice shot at winning the overall team championship.
All right, we got 23 watching, 9 likes here tonight. Let's see if we can bump that the like button up just a little bit. I do appreciate everybody being out there here tonight. Brendan Kennedy, always here each and every week. Brendan, glad to have you. Fireman out there in chat. M&M's Racing Late Night, Thunder Motorsports. Dope Duck YT, that's a new one. Glad to have you. I've never seen you before. DRSAMW Pepper, not sure how to pronounce that, but hey, glad to have you out there. Dennis Ansman, I know Dennis. Dennis, glad to have you out there. Logan, I'm just going to say Logan. I can't pronounce your last name. But glad to have you in a chat as well. Brandon Parnell, Jacob Bell in chat here tonight, the owner of Jacob Bell Racing.
He's always in chat.
Yeah, he's always in chat too. Deuce X Media in there. My old buddy, crayon eating buddy, Chemo Coughlin out there in chat. That's a long-standing joke between me and Chemo, so we'll just roll with it. Jordan Sailors out there. Glad to have you. Marcus Regal, Nasser Rhino, Ryan Constantine in chat. Acer 1121, man, a lot of new names out there. Farmer Ben out there as well. GT Hawkins Racing as well. NEG, I cannot even pronounce that. Neg. NEGUELVIS. Glad to have you. I'm not even going to attempt it. So, and NNR Sigma out there rooting us on. Glad to have everybody out there tuning in for round 2 here tonight. They still are in a driver's meeting here. So, as soon as they kind of break away, Gary, we'll see if we can get our pole sitter up here. But we're going to go ahead and lay our picks down. Oh, Alan Elwood out there, too. I forgot Alwood. Sorry, Alan. We're going to lay our picks down here. And
Well, I don't
This
think they
is
kind of differ very much.
the
This is,
first time
yeah, we agreed on something.
this has happened.
Yeah, first time that we've actually agreed on a winner. You want to tell him, or you want me to tell him?
Go ahead and tell them.
All right. Well, turn out the lights. Party's over. We're both picking Paul Irvin to win this race. Picking the pole sitter. We went on we went on a real big branch here today.
Yes, we did. Paul, we didn't know he was even going to get the pole. We picked it way before they even got into qualifying. They were still in practice. So we picked him, and, that's kind of where it stands. So if you have a pick out there, and of course we know some teams are in chat here tonight, they're going to pick their team members in the race. But if you're not part of a team, we want to see your picks. We'll try to rate them all off as much as we can. It looks like DF Williams, one of our moderators, joining us in chat here again tonight. So we got several moderators in chat as well. So, Gary, but Pocono, Tricky Triangle. I wouldn't consider this, the road course race. We do have a road course coming up here in the Chase, but, this is a potential, heartbreaker too, in a sense, because it is so big. If they go green flag and you're a lap down, it is so hard to get your lap back, as you was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, track position and that clean air, that maximum downforce is definitely going to be one of the keys. If you get a lap down, which I would be amazed if you get a lap down here at this racetrack. If you do, it's really hard to get your lap back. Well, I don't really want to say it's hard to get your lap back. You can get that back pretty easily. It's just afterwards you have to start at the end of the field, pending any wave rounds, of course. But you have to start at the end of the field, and then you have to pass all those guys again. So it's really hard to get your lap back and then pass everybody again. That's really going to be the tricky part with these guys.
Well, what do you think the keys to victory are here tonight? Because last week at Atlanta, let's kind of give the viewers a recap here real quick before we get our pole sitter up here as they kind of get back into their meeting, the drivers meeting over with. They only had 4 cautions last week at Atlanta, and Will L. Davis came away with the victory.
Yeah, Will L. Davis came away with the victory, and if you give me a second here, I'll pull up the exact stats from last week. You kind of caught me off guard with that. We only had 4 leaders and 6 lead changes. So your 4 leaders last week was Will Davis. He led the most laps with 64. Then it was Chris Seidenfaden with 35 laps. He ended up finishing 14th on the night. And then Michael Atkins Jr. was out front a good portion of the middle of the race. He led 25 laps. So those guys led a good chunk of the laps. Christian DeBoer did lead a lap during green flag pit stops. That was your 4th leader. But really, it was pretty much the Will Davis show. Pretty much the whole race.
All right. Well, as we get into final stint here, of course, we are going to pull our pole sitter up here. Paul Irvin.
You want me to get him? I got him here.
All right, go ahead and pull him up here. Paul Irvin, Joshua Medlock alongside Gary Wells up here in the broadcast booth. Buddy, got a copy?
10-4, I got you.
Well, Paul grabbing the pole out here tonight for round 2 of the Chase here. So you're looking to kind of make a comeback here tonight, sitting back at 10th in points in the Chase of drivers. How's Pocono? How was practice? What's going to be the keys here tonight?
Well, I felt real comfortable with the car during practice. Didn't have much drop off to it. It was really fast, real fast. You can tell pole position here. Goal for me, stay up here, stay out of trouble. Try not to let anybody pass.
Well, if the group does stay in a pack, the front stretch over 3,700 feet long, how's the draft going to play here at Pocono on these long stretches, especially on that front stretch?
Yeah, it's going to play a huge roll here. You're going to see people ducking down, bobbing and weaving, trying to break that draft. So that's why I kind of don't want to stay back there too long, and I assume something bad's going to happen back there.
All right, Paul. Well, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but
You have a
first and
clean sweep
foremost,
for the pick for the win tonight.
we picked you both here to win here tonight, so no pressure.
Oh yeah, no pressure at all. Kind of wish you hadn't told me that, but thanks.
Well, I keep it real. You know that.
Yeah, gonna need a huge run here. Kind of got myself in a little bit of a hole in the points, but hoping I can turn it around this week.
All right, buddy. Well, Gary, anything for our poll center here, real quick?
Well, like Josh said, no pressure to you. But all jokes aside, yeah, you do have some points to make up this week, and hopefully you'll be able to do that. You've been really consistent all year long.
Thank you.
Good luck, Paul.
10-4, thank you.
Good luck.
All right, Paul Irvin, we got.
I don't mess around with this moving thing.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, let's go ahead and pull another one of our chase drivers up here. How about we get Christian DeBoer up here? Real quick.
I think he's in performance.
I got him. You interview him real quick. He's here.
Christian DeBoer, Gary Wells in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Well, we see that you're seventh in points going into tonight. You've got one win on the season, winning at, I believe it was Chicagoland earlier on. But tell us about Pocono here tonight, man. You're starting 11th, barely snuck in that bonus point for qualifying. How do you like your chances going into tonight's race?
I think I'm pretty good here. I think I'm a little bit better than I qualified. Typically, I don't say that, but I seem to be qualifying 11th to 14th every week, no matter how fast I am. So I feel like I'm pretty good. If I can stay out of trouble, I think I have a top 5 car. I don't know if I can beat Paul Irvin. I practiced with him quite a bit here, but I think I'm pretty strong.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Well, as one of those chase drivers, you had an okay week in the points last week. You came out of Atlanta, now you're 7th at the points. What do you think your chances are of maybe gaining some points here? Maybe close that gap on Rhett Nichols or Rick Christensen, maybe?
I think it's going to take luck more than anything. If you have one bad race in this chase and have 4 good ones, then you're still behind somebody who gets 5 top 10s. So that's what I'm going for. I'm going for 5 top 10s here, running well every week and not getting in too much trouble. That I think is the key.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Josh, kind of like how you did me with the last driver. You got anything you want to say before you move him back down?
Well, Christian, man, good luck. Round 2 starts tonight, man, and it's all game from here. Good luck, bud.
Thank you.
All right, Christian DeBoer from Performance Motorsports. I do want to make note here that Michael Atkins Jr. has joined the Performance team.
Oh, okay. That is definitely a good signing and good addition for them. Good kudos to Michael Atkins for landing himself with a team for the rest of this season and next season, hopefully. So,
A grid here.
now, as you're pulling up the grid here tonight, I did want to mention one thing. You kind of asked me what the keys were, and I didn't give you a straight answer. So, really, the main 3 keys I've got for tonight. Track position, maintaining your clean air, make sure you stay up front all race long. 2, managing your right front. You're really going to see the right front get abused here, especially going through turns 2 and 3. So it's really important how you manage that. And then 3rd, last but not least, kind of a wild card here, pit strategy. You could almost plan this triangle, ovalish track as more of like a road race. You could definitely plan your strategy from the last lap to the first lap, of course, pending the green, white checkers, to where, you could really decide when and where you're going to pit, because these guys are going to have to pit for fuel twice. As the top end of the fuel window we're looking at is about 35 laps.
All right, well, the pit pass starting grid here. Paul Irvin grabbing the pole. Alexander Brown going to start on the outside of him in 2nd spot. Rick Christiansen 3rd. Zach Willard 4th. Rhett Nichols 5th. Brian Wasserman 6th. Chris Seidenfaden 7th. Bradley Wetzel 8th. Lee Staples 9th. And Alan Hilton in 10th.
Well, of course, we've got 11th place here, Christian DeBoer. 12th place, Edward Bray. 13th, James Thorndike. 14th place, another one of our chasers, Orlando Rivera. 15th, Jeff Glockner. 16th, Kevin Moffitt. 17th, Ron J. Miller. 18th, Andrew Jump. 19th, Timothy Smith. And rounding out your top 20 is Douglas Carlson.
All right, Rick Donovan Sr., 21st. Good qualifying lap there for Rick Donovan Sr., just outside of the top 20. Donnie Lee, 22nd. John Sterling admitting here tonight, so that's going to put Jarrett Lipster respectively here in the grid, 24th. Jake Clarkson also admitting here tonight. Doug Blackman, 26th. Michael Atkins Jr., 27th. Jeremy Horn, 28th. Jacob Lee admitting as well, so Ed Morrissey, 30th. That's going to round out the field.
Yep, that's going to round out the field tonight. Looks like we've got about 27 cars here tonight. So decent sized field for Pocono, especially for chase race number 2.
All right, well, shout out to everybody out there here tonight. It looks like Jefferson. Jefferson, I can't pronounce your last name, buddy, but you know who I'm talking to. Glad to have you out there in chat. Hokie for life, Virginia Tech Hokies. Glad to have you out there. But a shout out to the admins here tonight. Jacob Lee, John Sterling, your admins. Of course, Jake Clarkson and the boss man himself up there in the admin tower. Rick Donovan, glad to have you in. Rick has been busy here in this chase area. So he tries to, get where he can and, tune in where he can. And, if he's out there in chat listening in, we're going to be coming around turn 3 here. Gary, you know what time it is?
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
All right. Pace car is going to dive off. Paul Irvin is going to be in control of the field. Pace car is off to the safety of pit road. Green flag is out, and guess what? Buggity, buggity, buggity! We're racing here at the Tricky Triangle for chase race number 2.
Yeah, these guys double file, single file, almost going 3 wide, but they know they can't until the exit of, well, we'll find out which turn they can start going 3 wide in. I don't know tonight, but these guys all scattered throughout this field.
I don't think it changes.
We'll see here. Looks like they're...
I'm not the boss man. I'm not the owner. I don't know.
Maybe Rick Donovan can help us out with that 3 wide rule here tonight. I don't know if it remains the same for Pocono or not.
I don't know.
These guys are all single file here. It looks like amongst our top 8 cars or so. With Paul Irvin pulling away pretty decently here. He's got a 2 or 3 car lengths here on Alexander Brown.
All right, well, we go back here, and I see a couple of Northern Capital machines up here. Rhett Nichols in the 17 to the inside. Over 6 the Rick Christensen. We got Chris Seidenfaden.
Caution miles out. No. Hard in the wall, the 78 of Jeremy Horn.
Jeremy Horn. Martin Truex Jr. involved. Let's go back here on the MaxSpeedTV replay.
Oh, it's Rick Donovan Sr. He's our main culprit here.
Of the evening. Okay, well, I'm going to be on Jeremy here real quick. Kind of see what happened from Jeremy's point of view. That's who I clicked on, so that's who I'm going with,
All right, fair enough.
All right, well, the Marine number 8 coming out of turn number 3. Oh, it looks like the number 8 just lost it coming out of the corner right up into the 25 of Doug Blackman. And, these two, that is where the 78 of Jeremy Horn is going to get involved in this. So let's go ahead and get back here to the number 8 of Rick Donovan Sr. And, turn 4 on those cool tires.
Turn 3?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Turn 3. I'm used to 4 turns. So, turn 3, those cool tires, takes a couple of laps. Rick Donovan Sr. here, just coming out of the corner, he's on that flat Milwaukee Mile flat surface, and it just snapped loose on him,
Yeah, Nick can really do that. Coming through turn 3. You only get about 3 or 4 degrees worth of banking on that in that final corner, and there's really not a whole lot of banking on the straightaways either. So going through there is almost kind of like going through like your Walmart parking lot, and you go through a really wide turn there. Pretty much stays the same flat level all the time. So hit the gas too hard in that situation in one of these race cars, you can really go through a spin on these cold tires.
I was looking at it here. The 88, it looks like made it by, but the 14 of Edward Morris Sr., he was just trying to dodge it. It looks like locked up the brakes a little bit too hard there. Hard into that inside of wall, left front damage. First caution of the evening. And of course, wait for the official word here. Race control. And that is one thing I didn't do, is pull that up.
I got you. That's why I'm here. Looks like, well, kind of like how I expected. 88, or I'm sorry, not the 88, but the 8 is at fault contact with the 25. The 8 will get his EOL here, Rick Donathan Sr. Ruling it a self-spin and just made contact with 25 there.
All right, and this is direct from the admin.
I believe this is John Sterling typing this up. Or no, it's Jacob Lee, I guess.
It's one of the two.
They rotate. They rotate. They take shifts. So.
Yeah, it's one of the two. All right. Well, we got plenty of time here. El Pocono. It's one of those tracks.
Are you saying you want to pull a driver up?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and pull up Alex Brown here tonight. Where he's at?
Samson, I think. Or not Samson. Maverick. Yeah, I got him.
Alex Brown, buddy, got a copy.
Yeah, man.
Well, the first caution of the evening here tonight, early on at the Tricky Triangle, but, you don't know how this track is going to portray in the K&N cars. But, what was it like during practice and then in qualifying here tonight?
You know what? I was kind of worried that I didn't have a whole lot of speed, and then don't you know it, I somehow pulled something there, and I started second. Remember when I was saying I couldn't qualify at the start of the season?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, here you are.
Second place, man. You're
right.
Second here tonight. What's up with that?
Peaking at the right time,
How
I guess.
about that, eh?
This is why I don't believe drivers when they say they're not good at a track, because then they come out and they end up either winning it or getting a top 3.
Well,
so
take a look at Rick Christensen. He did that last week, so.
Well, Alex, we got a long way to go here tonight. What's it going to take, bud?
I'm hoping it's the exact same race as last week, that we have nice long runs, and you have some patience and save your tires, and I don't know. I haven't raced a Pocono race in probably 5 years. Wow. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Well, hey, round 2, bud. So you're in the chase. You come tonight 4th in behind Bradley Wetzel, and 4 points behind Rick Christensen. So, does that make you a little bit more nervous knowing that information?
A little bit. I don't know if you looked at the top 10, 12 drivers tonight. They were all chase drivers, so there's no room for error. Last week I finished 6th. I thought that was a pretty good finish. I'm battling Bradley Wetzel to finish in the top 5. I had to measure the risk. Do I try to race him even more aggressively and get that extra spot? Or do I be like, okay, I'm pretty happy I have something like Alan Hilton behind me. That's at least one more point, right? Like, you got to measure so many things at so many times, and there's no room for error. I got like chase drivers in the top 5 here. I could be 10 points back in 2 seconds.
Well, hey, it's not over, buddy. Until that checkered flag aways, it's all a racing, man. So, as I say it, as always, do not give up. Gary, anything for Alex Brown, buddy?
Well, we got plenty of time here to go around under these caution laps, but just want to let you get your focus back into it, and good luck to you, and hopefully we'll see you later on.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That's focus is a tough thing. Thinking of Ryan Newman, that's I'm sure every single driver is right now. Just a little shaken.
Not just the drivers, buddy. It's us in the too, man.
All right, we'll catch you later, Alex. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Oop, I should at least move to the right place.
What you moving to?
One team above it, but I got it. I got it.
I've done that, trust me. I've been there and done that.
I believe TeamSpeak.
Just blame me. It's fine.
Blame the user, you know? Well,
Yeah,
there's
I'm
one to
cool.
go here this time, Josh.
Yeah, coming to lap number 7 here, and like I was talking about that pace speed, to get around Pocono, 2 minutes to get around Pocono. You know, I know these drivers, we seen it at Atlanta last week, Gary. I know these drivers know how to race. They can make it clean, and they can go to perfection. You know, 4 cautions at Atlanta is awesome. Yeah, it was 4 cautions, but you know, Atlanta is known for caution fest races. These guys prove they can get below 5. You know, tonight it is Pocono. We're coming around the tunnel turn here in turn 2. You know, I think they're control here tonight, and I think they know what's at stake here as well.
Yeah, I think these guys are really going to reel it in as well. Just, you know, cold tires, think you could push it a little harder on the exit of some of these corners, and that just kind of showed you got to baby it just a little bit. Baby these cars. You got to run 80 laps, not 2 laps. So,
All right, Gary, get them going, buddy.
yes, sir. We're double file here, entering through turn 3. Pace car still on the racetrack. Gonna wait for him to make that hard left turn down the pit lane. And green flag back in the air. Pace car is off. Paul Irvin gets a heck of a restart here. As our race leader, he's got a nice push here coming from his teammate Zach Willard, who's got a little bit of rear end damage, but not too bad. As these guys are going to be double and single file here going into turn number 1. And will Alex Brown try to get his momentum up here to get second place on the exit of turn 2? It looks like it doesn't stick for him, but here comes Zach Willard on the bottom.
Zach Willard, teammate there, for the number 9, and Paul Irvin.
Going to be really critical. These guys going down here through turn 2. Really?
Brown, and then Rhett Nichols, Chris Seidenfeld together.
Yes, sir. These guys are really figuring it out. You got to get through turn 2. You cannot be single or double file, and they were able to manage it.
Real wide back here. James Thorndike, you better not do it.
Very good possibility here going through turn 3 and coming down this long front straightaway. I think we will see it here with some of these guys.
It's too early for that 3 wide. Well, we have a battle here between Orlando.
Oh, we got 3 wide.
Oh, 3
We got 3 wide here with Andrew Jump and Jeff Glockner. They do not work it out. They're still 3 wide here.
Oh!
And Andrew Jump backs out of it here a little bit. He's good.
Andrew's like, nope, not gonna do it. Nope, not gonna happen. All right, Kristen DeBoer coming up here in the 59. Up to the inside of the 50. In the 56, he's on the outside, my bad. James Thorndike in the 59.
There you go.
Gonna get around him. I'll get it right in a minute. Rick Christian to the inside of in the 6 on the outside of Alan Hilton on the inside. We got some battles back here. Court. Oh, somebody into the wall. Who was that?
I didn't see anybody hit it.
Six of Edward Blow scraping that wall.
I think he got close, but I don't think he hit it. He got really close, though.
I think he hit it.
Let's take a look here.
He didn't hit it hard, but he did hit it.
He was really close. I don't see any. Well, okay, I see a little bit of right front fender damage. So yeah, he just kissed it.
I love you all.
Right.
James Thorndike to the inside.
Oh, the 24. He really overdrove turn 2 that time. Here comes the 66.
Back up. Edward Bray.
Yeah, anytime you overdrive an entry into one of these corners, you're really going to pay for it down these straightaways, because those straightaways, even the shortest straightaway going into turn 3, they are still very long.
Oh, I'm on Michael Atkins Jr. here to the inside of the 24 of Jeff Glockner. Michael Atkins Jr. just joining a performance
And those
here.
are teammates.
And they are teammates. Now, they're not running the same paint right now.
They're working on that, I think.
I believe they may be. Right now, we've got Michael Atkins Jr. in the Pepsi machine. Jeff Glockner in the Vanilla 24. One of the Vanilla 24s. There are Kevin Moffitt to the inside of Jarrett Lipster. He is not to the inside as they come around the Milwaukee Mile turn 3 here.
Yeah, and Jarrett got really good drive off the turn 3 right there. Yeah, that thing is really flat. It's I'm surprised it looks like it has any banking at all. Because when you go through iRacing here,
Side by side with James Thorndike in the 59. 6 of Lee Staples, but James is going to take it coming out of turn 2 or turn 1.
And these guys are looking like the tires are starting to wear out just a little bit. You're going to start to see these guys really overdrive their entry, which hitting your marks, you have to be really precise with that here at Pocono.
Lee Staples contact with the 59, and we are going to go, no, we're not going to go
Rewind.
Almost.
Almost.
The 08 of Orlando Rivera.
He is sending that car down there into turn 3, and it's stuck.
He is.
And he is able to clear Lee Staples here on the exit of turn number 3.
What a pass by Orlando.
Yeah, that was definitely a gutsy move and a gutsy pass, and he made it work. You would have thought that was lap 80 just now, but good for him. That was a really good pass. Textbook Pocono, really.
Brian Wasserman, the Bill Psyche 77. It's got company with us. Rick Christensen to his inside. Guys still side by side. Early looks like Rick didn't complete that pass. We go back to Orlando Rivera, now under fire by the 66 of Edward Bray.
And the 99.
That pass.
And the 99 of Jarrett Lipster. Here he comes to the inside this time. He's going to try to get around. Well, wait, got a little bit of power there on the exit of turn 2.
The Dow Force Motorsports, a 99 machine.
Yeah, a lot of good battles here around the top 15 area. Jarrett going to suck up right to the back bumper there, the 08. Maybe try to get some air off of his spoiler. And maybe try to get him a little bit loose. We'll see. But he's gained 9 spots here since the start of this race. But yeah, looks like everything is pretty much calm here to this point in the race. Not a whole lot of battles taking place at the moment.
Well, Michael Atkins Jr. going to go to the inside of the 59 of Thorndike here, lap 13. Michael Atkins
good
Jr.
battle for
starting
11th here.
27th here, and he's up to 11.
Yes, sir. A really good battle for 11th. Probably the best battle on the track right now. Michael, he's really kind of proven here these last 3 or 4 weeks that he's good just about everywhere. Can you imagine what he'd be battling with these guys in the championship if he's raced the whole season?
Well, and he's going to complete the pass there coming out of 3. I've known Michael for a long time, and he's a very clean, aggressive racer. Yeah, I know that makes no sense, but you can be clean and be aggressive, and he is one of those drivers. If he doesn't think he can make the pass cleanly, he's not going to do it. If he can make that pass cleanly, but make it, unforgettable, I guess that's what you could call it, he's going to do it. So
yeah, he's really proven that he can make some really close passes. I think he was the one that did a slide job on Will Davis last week. So he's proven that he can really put his car in certain positions that maybe some guys in this series wouldn't think about doing it, and he just sticks it, and he's able to make it stick, and he just goes with it.
Battle for the lead, not to interrupt you there, but Zach Willard, a teammate to Parvin out of 3.
Yeah, these 3 guys have been the class of the field.
Here we go to the line.
Zach Willard going to lead that lap by 48 100ths of a second. And we see here, these three guys have really pulled away from the pack. Red is just kind of in the middle there, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to pass these guys, but he's really trying to bide his time as now he's got to run here to the inside of Paul Irvin.
Are they going to
Zach
go
Willard
three
going to come down the
wide
block.
for the lead?
He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Here it is. 3 wide for the lead.
No, they're not back down.
They worked it out. They worked it out.
Here comes the 17 of Rhett Nichols.
Oh, no, that 79 ain't going to make it.
Oh, no. 3 wide here. Oh, my God. 3 wide at Pocono. The 9 of Paul Irvin going to overtake it.
Paul.
Jeez.
Look at Zach Willard here. He's going to try to get some momentum on this outside lane. Very entertaining battle to watch. And the more they keep battling, the more Bradley Wetzel's going to reel this group in.
These guys are going crazy here up front.
Yeah, now Bradley Wetzel's in the conversation here. He's not too far back now. He's only about a half second back.
Yeah, Bradley Wetzel is in conversation in the 22. You know, it is one of those... This is one of those races that I think you've really got to be on your, P's and Q's, slash your T's and dot your I's here tonight. So,
yeah, and really with these guys, I think these are really 3 out of our 4 best drivers here in this series. And, well, here they are running 1, 2, 3. So, very good driving by these guys. And, they're going to definitely try to make Pocono a show here tonight.
Yes, they are. They did go single file, but Paul Irvin back to the lead here. Our pole sitter. He's got his teammate, though, there with him, Zach Willard. And, teammates here. We talk about teams as they go single file throughout the track here into turn number 1.
We got a caution.
Oh, we got a caution. What? Oh, is that Donnie Lee? Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. Oh, I believe it might have been the 88 of Donnie Lee in the Ford Credit 88 machine.
Yeah, he blinks out on my end.
All right, well, let's go back here. He might blink out on mine. I don't know.
Yeah, next time I see him, he towed himself to pit road, so I don't know. I don't know where he's at.
All right, well, let's see here what happened. If it was, the 88 coming out of the corner. And why did that throw a caution there? He was off the track. He was below the yellow stripe.
Did you just go down there and stop?
Up next to the wall, and then he towed. He stopped and then towed.
Well, if you stop for long enough, sometimes it will trigger because iRacing does their cautions by speed average throughout the lap. So if your speed is too low, like for Donnie Lee there, he was stopped there for a good solid couple seconds. That will throw the yellow.
Right. Well, we are under caution here. I will get confirmation from the admins here.
Yeah, they're still typing it up. I think they're still looking for it.
Where that caution came out. So we'll wait on Jacob Lee and John Sterling alongside Jake Clarkson and Rick Donovan out there in admin hour.
Well, it is true. The 88 is at fault. He'll receive an EOL.
All right, the 88 now. Idiot of Donnie Lee has taken his car behind the wall already. So, per the rules, Gary, is that if you can't do the EOL in the race that you're in, you will have to do that in the next race.
Yes, you'll have to do that in the next race. They did rule it as a stopped on track causing the caution, which definitely very easy call there for our admins. So Donnie Lee will have to serve that next week, which I think we go to Richmond next week. We do. So
yeah, we do go to Richmond. We'll get more into that in the, later. But
right.
Everybody down pit road, Gary.
Yeah, everybody going down pit road here. Not a huge shocker to me. We've had quite a few laps on these tires here. A lot of hard racing in these first 19 laps. So, and about roughly halfway through a fuel run here. So, these guys really know what they have now with their cars, and everybody's going to take 4 fresh new tires here and go back at it.
For Mr. Feelgoods here tonight.
It's going to be an interesting race off pit road, but I think Paul Irvin's going to get it here with Zach Willard and Rhett Nichols. Our top 3 does not change. Our top 4 does not change. But it looks like
Zach Willard, Rhett Nichols.
Yeah, and it looks like Alexander Brown gained a spot on pit road there. He's going to move up into the top 5. Yeah, so these guys now, they're going to try their best to drive really fast and catch up to the pace car.
But I want to talk to a non-chase driver here tonight.
All right, who do you want to talk to?
James Thorndike.
All right, I don't know where he is, but I'll find him.
I don't either.
Let's see. He's not in the lobby here. Let me do some looking.
All right.
Stand by.
Might be down there.
I've got every team open right now, and I cannot find him. Oh, he's down here in Performance. I'll get him.
Get him. James Thorndike, buddy, got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, you out here racing here tonight. Now, I'm not sure exactly. Oh, you're coming down pit road. I do apologize.
That's okay.
All right. Well, you still up for an interview while you're coming down?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I know you have standby by your name, and I know per rules there's no standbys. You part of a team now?
Yes, sir. I have been moved off of standby driver to regular driver now.
Oh, nice. Nice, and congratulations, James, on that move as well. Now, you come down pit road, you do your thing. What's Pocono like out there here tonight?
You got to have a lot of patience out here. You can't overdrive the corners because then you push really bad, and that's not good. You burn up your tires.
Well, it is a big track, 2.5 miles. Really, lengthwise the same as Daytona, but, Pocono is a triangle shape. It's not an oval. So, in a sense, what do you got to do to put yourself in a position to, get as much draft as you can and get as much or as many positions as you can. You started 13th. You're currently running 24th. You're an upset driver here tonight. You're playing upset. So, a lot on the line, not only for you, but for everybody else.
Yes, sir. I just try to get a good exit so I can carry the most speed going down the straightaways to get underneath the guy in front of me, and that way I can get a good run going into the corners and hopefully get a couple spots each lap.
All right, buddy. Well, Gary, anything for James Thorndike, bud?
Yeah, James, good luck. Glad to see that you're a full-time driver now, and hopefully we see you on a team next year. You're a really solid driver, so just keep up what you're doing here, and maybe we'll see you later on.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. And I'd like to give a shout-out to my new sponsor, GTR Sim Racing Seats, and my new team, ECM.
All right. Signing with East Coast Motorsports for next season. Congrats to you, and hopefully we'll see you later on.
Thank you. You guys have a good evening.
Bud.
You too.
I've known James for a little bit.
Yeah. Also, breaking news, Proformance is actually changing their team name at the end of the season to East Coast Motorsports. That's what ECM stands for.
Oh, okay. So Proformance is... they're still going to be, as we know them right now, it's Proformance, but next season, it's going to be a name change. They're still going to be the same, it's just going to be a name change. Okay.
Yeah, just a name change with Shad Curran taking over ownership of the team and Darren Clement stepping down to more of a team manager role and driver coach for next season. They've decided to go ahead and do some rebranding. Of course, they've really got a new sponsor here, GTR Sim Racing Seats and Simulators and all that. They're actually a really good company, and they're doing some good things.
I have seen a lot for GTR, so Well, we got 24 watching here tonight. We're getting ready to go that green flag racing. We got 15 likes here this evening. Can we hit that 20 like mark here tonight? It is the Tricky Triangle of Pocono, round 2 here of the chase. You know, Gary, it's awesome racing out, buddy. You know, it's tricky. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah, definitely a tricky race for sure. Really going to be interesting to see how this unfolds here.
Pace car dives off, and here we go. Paul Irvin on the lap pedal, coming lap 22 here as they make their way down into turn number 1 on this front stretch. Oh, and I thought Hallie on this front stretch, 3,700 feet.
It is the longest in NASCAR.
That is huge.
Yeah, this is one of the longest front stretches, I think, in all of oval racing. I could be wrong. I think Talladega's right up there, as we see Zach Willard kind of putting a block there on Brad Wetzel there for a second. Yeah, here at Pocono, this is one of the longest front stretches in all of iRacing.
All right, side to the outside, and down to Alexander Brown trying to make the pass. Look at that move by Alan Hilton. Slide jump 3 wide into 3 here.
Oh, and they get it settled by the exit of turn 4, but that was some pretty sketchy stuff there.
Jeez. Rick Christian, Michael Atkins Jr., and Edward Bray for 3 wide for about a couple
half
of
the corner.
seconds.
About half the corner there, they were about 3 wide, and then they were able to settle it on exit. But yeah, you could get about 2 lanes going through turn 3, but really anything about where I think it was Rick Christensen, anywhere about it up into that gray area, you really do lose a lot of grip up there. So kudos to him for backing out of that and just playing it smart here on lap 23. Yeah, these guys are still 2 and almost 3 wide at times. They're thinking about it, but going through turns 3 here, looks like Rick Christensen, Edward Bray, really tight here.
Oh, yeah.
Coming off
I'm back here with
turn
it.
3 here.
I am back here with it. Now we take a look here. Alan Hilton to the inside of Michael Atkins Jr. By Chris Siden fighting right up ahead of them as they make their way into turn number 1 side by side. Dang near 3 wide again. Rick Christensen split the gap there. Let's run along here with the chase driver of Rick Christensen. Let's go cockpit here. It looks like, we don't talk about, what kind of modifications you can make on a fixed setup, but you can make some. The offset of your steering wheel and the brake bias is, known for that.
And the steering ratio as well.
Yeah, and the steering ratio. So, take a look at Rick Christensen here going cockpit with him. Yeah, it's not straight up and down, so he's, roughly running at about a 2 or a 4 offset over that. But, what's his brake bias? What is his actual ratio that is running? Now, we don't know any of that information as he clips that yellow line
clips
there.
the apron there, gets a little loose. Watching here. So really, with these steering boxes or steering ratios, as we call them here on iRacing, that's how fast your steering box is and how fast and how sensitive your steering wheel will be as you try to turn it. Usually at a place like Pocono, you really want it here at about a 14-to-1 or a 16-to-1 here. Really forces you to be smoother with the steering wheel and with your points of how you turn the wheel, how much wheel input you put into it. And we do have a caution here. And also with the steering offset, it really affects your tie rods.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, well, looks like Douglas Carlson going to be involved in that. Now, I do want to make note. I did not say it here tonight. I do apologize with everything that was going on. That all the green flags are sponsored by All Paws. So with everything that's been going on, it just slipped my
Slipped your mind.
mind.
Yeah.
So I do apologize for all pause on that. But right
Oh
there.
no! Just a right
What
turn.
happened to the 86?
He turned left on the 85. It looks like.
Right there.
I'm-
Right there into
I'm
the
not-
85.
I'm not trying to sound mean or make any speculation here, but
and that
I don't-
was a hard lick for that 85.
yeah,
and the 86
head on into the wall. And the 86 goes flipping.
kind of took a tumble as well here. So
Yeah,
another
I don't
caution
know
here.
what was happening there, but that was definitely not a good situation there. And just to recap a little bit, I saw this a second ago, but the 59, we just interviewed him, James Thorndike, was actually black flagged on that restart because he went 3 wide too soon.
Oh, okay. Well, waiting
So
on the
on
official.
top of him falling to the back for taking tires and stuff, he also had to make a pass through. So this caution here, or this wreck between the 85 and the 86, really did help out James Thorndike. He did not lose a lap out of that, so he'll just have to make his ground back up.
Oh, we're under caution here yet again, lap 27 of lap 80 here tonight. Waiting on confirmation from the admins. It looks like we do have that. Lap number 25. At fault the 86. Contact with the 85. 86 will receive an EOL. Who drove down into the 86. So he will get that EOL here this evening.
Yes, sir. He'll get that EOL, and he will have to serve that, whether that's this race or the next one here.
Well, Gary, I mean, they've been out here for about 8 laps. Do you pit?
Well, we're seeing some of these guys, Chris Seidenfeld and Michael Atkins Jr. making pit stops. So definitely a mixed bag. I think some of these guys that did pit, I think they're just trying to top off the fuel tank a little bit to where they only have to try and pit about one more time. I still think these guys are going to have to come in, at least the ones that stayed out once and maybe twice more. They'll have to pit. They're not quite in the fuel window yet to make it on one more stop, but they're getting close.
Have a certain driver that you might want to pull up here?
You know, I really don't. But if you have a certain driver, I'll interview him.
Brian Bosselman.
Go ahead, pull him up.
Body.
I think he's in Maverick.
Everybody's in Maverick.
Just about all the drivers that you wanted to talk to.
Right. Go ahead.
Brian Wasserman, Gary Wells up here in the TV booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we see you running here pretty solid and steady here. Started 6th, running in 9th place. Haven't left the top 10 yet tonight. Tell us, through 28 laps, how's your car feeling here at Pocono?
Car's feeling good. Been a little racy so far, so I'm just trying to stay out of trouble and have something here for the end.
Yeah, we've noticed you've been really flipping that switch here about the last month or so. Been running really good and putting some good results together. Just as you were practicing here for this race, kind of what's your handling as from practice as opposed to the race here? It seems like it's a little tough to pass out there.
Yeah, it really is. You know, and if you got different braking points from those around you, it can get pretty tricky. So I'm just trying to watch everybody around me and just kind of give everybody some room because we've still got quite a few laps left. So I'd like to have something left in the car here towards the end so I can get a good finish.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a chase driver, have you noticed maybe any of these non-chase drivers driving you any different? Are they driving you more cleanly, or is it just basically been the same here through these first couple weeks here in the chase?
It's the same old, man. They run hard. Pretty much everybody typically everybody running in about the top 15 runs pretty hard in this K&N series. So it's good hard racing. It's clean though, clean.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, Josh, you want to add anything here before we move back down? Any good lucks or anything you want to give him?
Yeah, Brian, we still got a ways to go, man. Good luck out there. You can't.
I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. In the fifth. It ain't over.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Good luck to you the rest of this race, and hopefully we talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, sir. Y'all take care.
Absolutely.
They are going to get that one to go here as they cross the
I
stripe.
could drag out these interviews a little bit because we got about 2 minutes a lap here.
Oh
so.
yeah, for sure. That's why I don't like Pocono.
That's why you're trying to fill it in with a lot of driver interviews.
But that's part of it. Pocono is one of those tracks that you are gonna have some caution.
Yeah, and you are going to have some dull moments here in the race. I mean, that's just part of it, where these guys get a little bit spread out. Not really too often where they battle for position, but you do have that every now and then, but mostly here at Pocono, it just kind of gets spread out. And then really that's where that pit strategy really kicks in, my third point for tonight. So definitely really interesting as we get through this thing. We're almost halfway, not quite there yet, about 10 laps to halfway. So still a lot of racing left to be done.
Oh, yeah. Upon lap 30 when we will get that green flag restart here. The All Paul's Animal Hospital green flag restart. Paul Irvin, he's ready to go.
Yeah, he definitely is ready to go. I think he elected to take the outside once again on this restart
like
here.
Yep.
With his teammate there, Zach Willard, on the inside. He's trying to maintain caution speed here. I know he's going about 80 right now, but it is 75. Sometimes lose a little bit. It's kind of hard to maintain pace speed, and you want to maintain your space with the pace car as well, as this field is all bunching up here together for this restart here.
Get him going.
All right, waiting on that pace car once again. Makes the hard left turn. Green flag back in the air. Paul Irvin is your leader as they come to the start-finish line with Zach Willard not too far behind in second. Red Nichols third and Alexander Brown in fourth. Red Nichols all over the back bumper here of Zach Willard as they go down into turn number one.
Oh, yeah, we're going to look at that. Well, that a large box. Now I'm going to drop it to 17th of Red Nichols. It's still going to be 2-8-1-2. Side by side with the 17. Coming of Alexander Brown. Red Nichols and Alexander Brown. And to the turn here. Turn number 2 to the turn. It looks like Red Nichols is going to complete that lap. Side by side action behind him, and get there 3 wide again.
Yeah, you're really going to see a lot of...
77 Brian Wasserman. Oh, no.
Oh, no, we just jinxed him. There it is. Going through turn number 3 here.
In that as well. What happened?
Well, I'm trying to see if there was a little bit of contact there, a lot of bit of contact there with the 26 of Lee Staples. I think, Lee in this situation, kind of similar between Andrew Jump and Douglas Carlson earlier, maybe thought he was clear, which obviously in this case he was not clear, as I'm getting a good look at it here. Just trying to get a better angle into that corner, trying to get in behind Brian, and got his right rear quarter panel instead.
Right there. Yeah, it's going to send them both hard into that outside wall. And the iRacing glitch going to help the 56 of James Thorndike. He glitches right through the 77 of Brian Wasserman. Doesn't look like he's going to have any damage. The 8 trying to get down. He's going to make a little bit of contact with it. Fortunately, the 77 Dosaki's machine is gone here tonight.
Yeah, I think his day is pretty much done after that.
Right, lap 31 here tonight.
Well, why don't we interview one of these guys here that here in a little bit after they got through that wreck? How about we pull Christian DeVore up here in a couple?
Let's see here. I want to see if they pit here.
Yeah, that's why I
We'll
said
go
let's
from
wait
there,
here a minute
yeah.
before they do anything. Before we do anything, that's what I want to check here first. Looks like they will pit. Well,
See the leaders coming in.
faking the moves here.
Buffo, Christian DeBoer in the 56.
He's in performance. I'll pull him up. Christian DeBoer, Gary Wells up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, awesome. Well, we saw you get through that accident there in turn number 3. Kind of dodged a bullet there. Just walk us through that.
Yeah, it was that was a hairy one. I don't like to go through those, but it's been really aggressive out here. I still feel like I'm fast, but it's so tough to pass. People are going 2, 3 wide. Just difficult to get through it all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you started 13th and you're up to 11th, so you've gained a couple here. You really alluded to it's being really hard to pass. Is it more to blame just the handling with the car, or just how everybody's racing just so hard and so aggressive here?
It's how everybody's racing. I think the car drives really well, a lot better than most weeks, and I think everybody else noticed that too. So everybody's car is driving well. They're trying to get to the front and start to pass other people whose cars are also driving well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we've kind of been talking about it here with these long straightaways here tonight. Has the draft played in any part of any passes that you've noticed out there?
Yeah, the draft has played a part in it. But once you get about 5 cars back in the draft, there's quite an accordion effect. And I've had to let out of the gas, even get on the brake in the middle of the front stretch, just from that. So it has definitely played an effect. I think at the end of this race, you'll see 3 or 4 or maybe 5 wide there. Just because of the draft. Everybody's sucking up to the leader.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I definitely want to wish you good luck here, and hopefully we talk to you later on.
Thank you.
Bye, Christian. All right, Gary, getting better up here, but
Hey, gotta do it somehow, right?
it just think I was in your spot at one time, you know, and
Well, you teach me these tabs and how they're like movable, and you could shrink them and don't have to see anybody. So it makes it easier.
oh yeah, you just go down through the field and well, let's get a second interview in. We can go with let's go with Jeff Glockner here. You know, he's down there.
He's also in performance.
Performance.
Got an all performance interview here. I got you.
Yep, Jeff Glockner, Josh for the booth, alongside Gary Wills. Buddy, get a copy?
Yes, sir.
But Jeff, man, you out here playing upset in the Vinoy 24 machine. You're currently running inside the top 10 in 10th. Man, how's the track of Pocono here tonight, buddy?
It feels pretty good. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too tight.
Well, you know, how's the tire wear? Is it fair or is it bad? You know, what's that tire wear like?
I'd say about fair. It seems to drop off after, I don't know, about 5 laps.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say around 5 or 10 laps it starts to drop off.
Okay, so, you know, well, what's it going to take here to, you know, play upset, buddy?
I'm going to try to keep it clean, and hopefully I'll be there at the end.
All right. Well, Gary, anything for Jeff?
No, not really, Jeff. Good luck to you, and hopefully we get to see you later on.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Another performance driver in the Vinoy 24, a non-chase driver, you know, at that. You know, he's one of those drivers out here that's trying to help his teammate and, of course, play upset in the chase.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys similar to Will Davis from last week. I'm just trying to run good, piece some good runs together here for the end of the season. But it looks like really here our top 5 is just littered with these chase guys here. Top 6 really. Well, top 9, all chase drivers here. So we're really starting to see our best to the best in this series really just be up here in the top 10. One of our guys, we interviewed him a little bit ago, Christian DeBoer. He's in 13th. Rick Christensen is in 11th, and then it looks like the only one that has not returned to the track has been Brian Washman. He was involved in that wreck, and engine let go, and he's done for the evening.
All right, well, they make their way through the cold turn. making their way onto the. It's a long stretch here between 2 and 3. It's not as long as the front stretch, but making their way down into this long back stretch, I guess that's what you would say, into turn 3 here. And of course, Paul Irvin in the 932 laps led here tonight. He has been the guy that, well, that they're running down, but he's had his teammate there in that Lodge Box 79 with him, and that could help him. Okay, we're going through the tunnel turn. My bad.
Yeah, no, I think that was turn 1 we went through. They really call that last straightaway they just went through, the long pond straightaway. They call that more the back stretch here. I don't know why. There's really not really a back stretch here, but they call that the back stretch here as we go through turn number 3 and coming down that last short chute. Now they're coming on here to the long front stretch here.
I think you're out of turn number 3. Gary, your turn to get me going, bud.
All right, well, for the All Paul's Animal Hospital green flag restart, green flag back in the air. It is Paul Irvin. He controls these restarts here. He is going. He's got his teammate Zach Willard right next to him now. They're single file as they go down here into turn number 1.
All right, Paul going to back it up there right in front of his teammate Zach Willard. So file 1, 2, and 3 side by side behind. Oh, it looks like Edward Bray loses some speed. That is going to put the 5 of Chris Seidenfaden right up all over him, side by side. Action behind him comes the Alan Hill now to number 5.
Take that spot away.
Of Chris Seidenfaden.
Yeah, he's it looked like Edward Bray was side by side there with Alexander Brown, and I don't know if he got loose or if he got tight there, but had to get out of the gas and gather up his car, and we kind of see him pay the price there going through turn 1 and down the backstretch that last time.
Yeah, but we've seen Junior almost lost it.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of bumper hooks here tonight so far with guys come down the right rear quarter panel trying to make sure that they're clear. It's already not worked twice now, so hopefully these guys are just being a little bit more mindful as they're trying to clear each other, especially going through these turns.
I still would watch that 08. I've talked about him all season, and why not stop? Because that 08 of Orlando Rivera, yeah, he's on that high side here out of the turn, but Orlando Rivera, he has really improved. He knows his can-in car. He knows what he can and can't do. Now he's battling the 24 there of Jeff Glockner. Jeff's going to make the pass, and you don't want to be caught on that high side,
No, you really don't want to be caught on that high side. You could get away with it in turn 1 a little bit. There is a couple lanes that you can pick and choose from, but Orlando there in turn 1 that last time, he was a little too high as we're going through turn 3 now. But it's getting really tight here between the 22 of Bradley Wetzel, the 24, Jeff Glockner. Orlando darn near pushing Brad down this front straightaway.
Yeah, I'm right here with them. This drag.
And they're almost
front
wide here. Still maintaining their double file.
Horrendous.
But yeah, Orlando can really get it going here. This down on this middle lane right here. And you can make a lot of passes up here because it really forces the guy underneath you to really force him. Okay, do I take all my momentum here, or do I check up a little bit to make sure I don't spin the guy below me out? So really good point of reference there to run that middle lane there through 1 at times. And he was able to pull a little bit of a crossover move as he comes through the tunnel turn here. I think turn 2 is definitely the toughest corner here at Pocono. Just because you really got to watch your speed going through there. Because if you go too fast, you could be in that wall on the exit of turn 2. They call that the Pocono stripe. You know how they have the Darlington stripe? There's the Pocono stripe here at turn 2.
Well, coming out of turn 3, notice these drivers, that back end of these K&N cars, it gets a little slippery. That back end wants to slide. You think that's going to wear those, back tires, the right rear and the left rear out more than...
Yeah, and it can definitely cause a lot more wheel spin than normal. It can really, challenge these drivers on exit with the lack of grip level there can be over the course of a long run. Just how hard and when they get back into the gas is really critical.
Oh, Rick Christensen going to get around the 24 of Jeff Glockner. Jet Lister now looking. But we're back here at about 13th place here tonight.
Looks like Kevin Moffitt was mowing the grass there for a second.
I think he said, hey, this grass is too high.
Grass is too high and too tall, and I just want to get a little bit
for the lead here. We make our way into turn 1.
Yeah, it looked like Zach Willard led that lap there that last time by.
He
Got
did.
a really good slingshot draft move going through turn 1, and he'll take the lead on exit here.
Top 4, single file, a little bit of a break here between Zach Paul, Alexander Rhett. Rhett Nichols right up here in that 4th position. Got a teammate of Chris Seidenfaden, the defending champion, side by side here with Edward Bray and Alan Hilton. Alan going to take down
Alexander Brown.
Michael Atkins Jr. as well from
Alexander Brown also pulling a move here for a second.
Slide job.
Yeah, and and Alexander Brown is working on Paul Irvin now. Did Paul Irvin use up too much of his stuff here in these first opening laps? Because Alexander Brown was right there at his left rear quarter panel of Paul Irvin as they went into turn number 3.
Oh, yeah, great.
And here comes Rhett Nichols now. He's all over the back bumper of this 67.
Yeah, we're watching it here. The Northern Capital 17, of course, our pick tonight, Paul Irvin. But, in reality, Gary, we make our picks. We never pick the same driver,
Ever.
But it still is anybody's race.
Oh, yeah. So, and I don't think you and Logan on the Cup side, I don't think you guys have picked the same winner yet. So
we have never picked the same winner. All right, the 67 of Alexander Brown looking to make the pass here on the 9 of Paul Irvin out of 3.
But Paul is just able to get that outside going just a little bit. He's able to keep his momentum up a little bit more. The wider he's able to make that turn, so he doesn't have to turn in as much as Alex.
3 wide here before too long.
Yeah, it definitely will be because Rhett Nichols, he's aggressive. Sometimes he's not the most patient guy, so he will definitely force the issue if he feels like he's faster than both these guys, which it looks like in this case he probably is. And we are halfway. Yes. And we are halfway through this race now, by the way.
Yes, we are. 41 laps here tonight. I want to give a shout out to everybody too. This evening we've got 20 viewers here currently. We have hit a peak here tonight at about 29 here. Glad to have everybody out there. We got 15 likes here tonight. Can we hit 20 here this evening? Please share it on your social media account, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and if you still have it, MySpace. I throw that out there every week because I know people still use MySpace. So get people in here joining the iRacing. Let's get extreme here for Extreme Motorsports at 99.com. You can visit their website at, well, guess what? At Extreme Motorsports at 99.com, as well as the sponsor here for the series, Doug Design. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/DougDesign. We'll flash that on the screen here for everybody here tonight. And of course, a shout out to the admins, Jacob Lee, John Starling, Jake Clarkson, and Rick Donovan here. And of course, myself, Joshua Medlock on the mic alongside Gary Wells. Gary, awesome racing here at Pocono. They are getting spread out here, though, as they make their way at about 24 or so laps into this run. A few battles, but it's not what we have seen before.
Yeah, no, not really what we've seen before. Is really the only battle here I've noticed within the top 10 has been Orlando Rivera and Edward Bray. These guys racing side by side, coming off of turn 1 this time by. Just really, we're starting to see these guys show some patience. Really not making a whole lot of moves. And this pit window here in the next 10 laps or so is really going to open up. And it will be probably their last pit stop of the evening here in these next 10 laps or so.
We'll pull up that pre-race analytics here real quick. Fuel window 30-35.
Edward Bray mows the lawn again.
Same as what it was. Go ahead. What did you say?
Edward Bray mowed the lawn again, so Orlando's got a
Okay.
good run here coming off turn 3.
On the front stretch.
Well,
Going into one.
it was going through 3, and
Oh, okay.
yeah. But you were
Alright.
talking about the analytics, so.
Sorry. Well, Orlando's
No, you're good. It's good to talk about.
looking to the inside of Edward Bray here. And
Yeah, they've been battling off and on here these last couple laps, and Jarrett Lipstrew and Rick Christensen are starting to close in on this a little bit.
But, you know, the more they race it up side by side, the closer these guys are going to get. So, you know, what they need to do is really play either single file or they need to swap. All right, you know, 1 minute the 99 going to be in the lead, the next minute, you know, the 6 be in the lead. And, you know, same for the 08 and the 66. You know, they need to swap. You know, get that draft off of one another. Whoever has that run at that present time. You know, if you go side by side for a couple of laps, you are going to let those guys behind you get closer.
Yeah, you're going to let these guys behind you get closer, and the more you'll actually let the leaders pull away as well. The 08 and the 99 there, really good run there through 1 and 2. Maybe not quite as good as the 99s. You saw the 08 of Orlando Rivera get just a little loose there, so maybe possibly checking up there for the 08. But here comes Rick. I think he's going to try to get both these guys going into turn 2.
Oh, side by side with the 9 horse and 99.
And they make it out of there.
Yeah, he got it. All right. Well, Brendan Kennedy says, give Gary Wells a shout out for me. So, Gary, there you go.
Hey, there's my shout out. All right.
All right. Well, Blair the Daddy Patterson down there in chat here tonight.
Where are
He
you?
shared it to MySpace.
He shared it to MySpace.
He
Blair, you
did.
got a
He
MySpace?
says, He says Tom loves XM99 racing. So, you know, that is awesome to hear. Awesome.
I'm just surprised that Blair has a MySpace, but I do give him crap all the time for being old, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's Blair.
He's got everything. I think it's official.
All right, Ron Miller to the outside of the 56 of Christian DeBoer. Christian was looking there, and, you know, Ron Miller, he's just, you know, we haven't talked much about Ron, but he's up a few spots here from 17th to 12th. You know, good run for Ron Miller here tonight.
Yeah, just knocking on the door here, the top 10 in his Dodge, the Dodge-sponsored Dodge here. He's definitely one of them guys that I think it's a silent protest of bring back the Dodge to NASCAR.
I'm a Dodge guy, so I will be in agreement with Ron on that one.
Absolutely, and I did make the joke with my team here recently. You know, if Dodge ever comes back, we will run Dodges. We'll probably be the only one, but we will do it. But here comes Christian DeBoer now on the inside of Ron Miller. And look at Jeff Glockner. He's had a pretty solid run here tonight. Don't get to talk about him much. Running solidly here in the top 15 up to 14th spot here. These guys are kind of jockey position about every corner, every other corner. So they're running about right where they started here.
All right, we have it in chat here from NASCAR themselves. Update source press conference. Non-life-threatening condition. He is seriously injured. Prayers be with Ryan Newman here tonight. So, you know, Ryan, buddy, to get a better, like to scout on track here in NASCAR. As we take a look at the battle for the lead here up front, it looks like the 17th of Rhett Nichols going to take the lead here tonight for the first time. But, you know, non-life-threatening injuries, you know, direct from NASCAR, I would say that is a source we can depend on.
Yeah, I was just listening to the video clip on Twitter of Steve O'Donnell making that announcement. Serious injury, no, not life-threatening though. Just no word on what the injury is quite just yet. They're still evaluating them. But he was awake and alert when they did pull him out of the car, and that's from a reliable source, Jeff Gluck, I believe. So he's good, just undergoing treatment and those kinds of things. He'll probably be there for about a week or so, but he's going to miss a lot of time in the NASCAR season for Ryan Newman.
Well, Ryan Newman from the MaxSpeedTV, from Extreme Motorsports and 99.com. Get better, buddy, because, you know, we would like to see you out on the track.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And it looks like Rhett Nichols is also taking the lead here.
Yeah, he has. I said that.
Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit behind. I am live, but I haven't been paying attention last night.
Yeah, Rhett Nichols has taken the lead. He's led 2 laps here, so. But you know, Zach Willett, Paul Irvin, you still got those teammates back here. But
Yeah,
Chris
still got the team
Seidenfaden,
cars. It's really a battle between JBR and Samson.
JBR, Jacob Bell Racing, and Samson Motorsports. Oh, somebody dropping speed. Kevin Moffitt to the inside of Bradley Wetzel.
Yeah, I'm unsure what that was about. I don't know if there was contact or anything, but...
Okay, so he's in serious condition, but it's non-life-threatening.
Yes, I did hear that there was some blood loss through the crash and everything, so again, not quite sure. That is a pretty reliable source from what I did hear that from, but not quite sure what the injuries are. They haven't announced that yet. I'm sure they probably will here over the next couple of days.
Well, we'll wait for the official word from either NASCAR, ESPN, or, you know, one of those reliable sources. Will get confirmation on Ryan Newman, but got a battle here. Jared Lipster was looking there with a 6 of Rick Christensen as Rick Christensen goes to the outside of the 66 of Edward Bray.
Yeah, really making
Can
a power
he make
move.
the pass on the outside? No.
Nope, not quite. You really have a disadvantage being on the outside there, trying to pass through there. It doesn't give you a whole lot of room for error, so really a good move there by Rick. Just backing it up, you know, letting them go by here and try to catch him in the next corner.
Is happening here tonight. Green flag pit stop. Zach Willard coming down pit road. Paul
Looks like the JBR boys are the first
Alan
ones to come in.
Edward Bray coming down here as well. Oh, green flag pit stops here tonight, folks.
Yes, sir. Looks like most of the top 5 did come in to start making their green flag pit stops here. I would imagine probably the rest of the field will probably follow accordingly here in the next couple laps, because you do lose quite a bit of time between new tires and old tires here. So looks like they've lost about a second, or well, they're staying within consistency here, within about a half a second to about a second. These guys fall off, so probably going to be looking to pit here, and this is going to be their last stop. This is right here.
Yeah, this is it right here.
This is it. They are in the window now to make it to the end of the race. So,
when are the leaders here? You know, Rick Nichols, Fadden, Michael Atkins Jr. Going to come down pit road. It looks like Alexander Brown coming down here. Jarrett Litzer, Orlando Rivera coming down here tonight, and it looks like that's it in this round of green flag pit stops.
Yeah, Rhett is probably gonna have to pit here pretty soon. He was the one really pushing it hard out of these Samson guys here, so I wouldn't be surprised here in the next lap or so if he does come down pit road. But Chris. He's kind of been the veteran here a little bit. He's been saving his stuff. Really hasn't been pushing it too hard, just from what I've seen. So he might be able to extend his run a little bit. As Rhett has announced, he is going to come down pit road this time by. Rhett's going to make a pit stop here. I believe so is the 99 of Jarrett Lipstruer. As actually he's exiting the pits as of right now. Chris Seidenfaden going to inherit the lead here with Michael Atkins Jr. in second. Looks like Rick Christensen making a pit stop here. Christian DeBoer is staying out. Alexander Brown staying out. A lot of these guys here staying out for the most part. I think it's really just down to these top 4 that have not pitted yet. So top 5 or so. So looks like most of these guys have not pitted yet. Really, the top 6 are still out on this racetrack. And you don't really lose a lap going through pits here at Pocono. This track is so long and so wide. You get through here in about a minute in these K&N cars. So you really don't lose a whole lot of time here unless you really botch up your entry or your exit of pit road. So as we see the 5 car now of Chris Seidenfaden, he's going to come down into the pits. Hopefully he doesn't speed there. Michael Atkins Jr. is going to inherit the lead here. And Michael Atkins going to inherit this lead, and I think he is the... Christian de Boer is going to be second here. Yeah, he's going to be second spot here. The top 2 have not pitted yet. Top 3, top 4 have not pitted yet here. And we have a caution. Caution is out.
This is going to change things up here.
And that
Rick
is...
Christensen involved. What?
Yeah, and that really, you did not want to see that if you were Michael Atkins Jr. You were wanting to play this out a little bit. But it's going to be interesting here. It looks like I saw Orlando Rivera as well, unless I'm crazy. I hope I am. No, there's Orlando Rivera. He's there.
You know,
and Edward Bray, that is the main corporate here, the 6 and the 66.
Rick Christensen coming off of pit road here after the blue cone. You know, here at Pocono, it's real quick. You come off and then you're back on the track. You're not up total speed. So Rick Christensen there at full speed. He has the 66 of, I believe that is Edward Bray. And right there
Edward Bray looked like he might have overdrove his entry there, the 66 of Edward Bray.
And both of them, you know, the 6 taking
there's a lot of there's a lot of contact there. I'm pretty sure Rick was really trying to give him some room there. He knew that Edward Bray was a little bit faster. He was probably anticipating that the 66 would have gone a little bit lower. That was not the case there, obviously. And it looks like Orlando Rivera caught a lucky break there. Might have been a little bit of contact there with the 6. But yeah, it looks like there is a little bit of contact there as he's locking it up. He hits the wall and gets into Rick there last second. Tough break for him. Looks like our lucky dog is probably going to be Jeremy Horn, actually. He's going to get our free pass as he was able to get around that accident. So. Well, he was involved in that incident between him and Rick. He did make contact. So anytime in iRacing you make any contact near the accident or with anything really, as the caution comes out, if you get any 0Xs or any like 2 or 4Xs, you will not get your lucky dog. I learned that the hard way.
All right, well, we are going to step away here real quick. It looks like we're going to have the leaders coming down pit road, and really anybody that wants to come down pit road is. But we are going to step away here real quick, go side by side. Got to pay the bills here tonight, folks. So don't go anywhere, and we're going to be right back here in Pocono. Alrighty, folks, back alive here on MaxSpeedTV. We have a new leader here off of pit road. Chris Seidenfaden and Rhett Nichols. Chris Seidenfaden, our current leader. Rhett Nichols, a teammate, in second. Paul Irvin and Zach Willard. So, Gary, it's really been here tonight, a battle of Samson and JBR here tonight. And, 1-2, Samson 3-4 right now. Is that a JBR team as well? So, it's going to become interesting here as we come to lap 60 here, still under caution. But, man, I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, definitely going to be some tight racing here. We've kind of really seen our big three really this whole season between Paul Irvin, Zach Willard, Rhett Nichols. Those have really kind of been the big three for us this season. Of course, with Rhett winning the most races at 4. But, really interesting to see, these three guys really battling it out. And, of course, Chris Seidenfaden rising to the occasion. Always good to see that. Going to be an interesting finish, if I can say here. Got a lot of guys running up here in the top 5. I believe Jarrett Lipster in that 99 car there for Downforce. He is the highest running non-chaser, followed by Jeff Glockner, Michael Atkins Jr., Christian DeBoer, and James Thorndike rounding out the top 10. So we did really have a pretty big shakeup there amongst our lead lap guys from top to bottom during that green-black cycle.
Behind the wall, Brian Wasserman, Lee Staple, Donnie Lee as well. So you'll have several drivers out there on the racetrack, including Andrew Jump out there, 30 laps down, but he's still out here racing it up. That, just shows, to get as many points as you can, regardless if you're in the chase or not.
Yeah, you really want to get those as many points as you can. Really want to show up to races because there are a lot of guys, trying out for teams next season, that kind of thing. They really want to see your attendance and do you show up and that kind of deal. And also, there's also that battle for 13th and 14th in points, being the best of the non-chasers.
Oh, yeah.
You really want to show off and show out for the team owners again as well. Just so you know, you can get a ride, maybe even a team points ride for K&N next season. We did make some changes in our last team owner meeting. We are going from 2 to 1 K&N points paying drivers, team point paying drivers for next season.
That's confirmed.
That is confirmed, unless that has been a change, but as of the last team owner meeting, that is confirmed. So,
of course, we'll update everybody as each motor meet. We'll get to that, but as of right now, it's going to be one driver in the K&N series per team. So, Gary, not Pocono, Tricky Triangle. It's going to be a battle here between, Samson Motorsports and JBR, as it stands right now. But you can't count out anybody behind them.
No, absolutely not. And I mean, Alexander Brown has shown some muscle here, hanging out in the top 3 for a while. And Jarrett Lipster has really shown that he could drive through this field. He's up to 6 now. So maybe he could try to make a good run here. So going to be interesting to see, I think, with this third row.
Get him going, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, the pace car going to get ready to make his hard left turn down onto pit road. He does. Chris Seidenfaden controls the start. He's going to take him going here on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. We're underway at Pocono. Side by side, well, not really against our front 2 here. Chris Seidenfaden able to clear his teammate, Rhett Nichols, as they go into 1. Looks like your top 3 here going to be single file going into turn number 1.
All right, single file, the top 3 here. Well, the top 4 really single while, but Jarrett Lipster in the down of Force Motorsports a 99, looking to upset the field. Non-chase driver, he is looking to prove downforce should be there. Michael Atkins Jr. from 27 to 6. He is looking to the inside of the 99 into 3.
Yeah, and both these guys did not qualify tonight, so these guys have really been our biggest movers. Jocelyn and Jiven, these guys have really worked their way up through the field very similarly. Of course, Michael, he was able to work past a few guys a little bit quicker.
Right back here with Kevin
Yes.
Moffitt.
Kevin Moffitt looks like Christian DeBoer as well.
Into 1.
And it looks like they did get it sorted out. So.
Oh, Kevin gonna pull it back there. Alan Hilton, Ron J. Miller, and James Thorndike. Wow.
Might have a battle here for the lead amongst these teammates here, amongst the 17 to 5. Keep an eye out. Here comes Zach Willard, Zach Willard here. He's looking to get some help from his teammate in the 9. He's going to dive it down here into turn 3. He's going to take second for now. Will he be able to match and get it back into the gas?
He's got second place here.
Watch for the crossover. Well, he's got Michael Atkins to his inside. Really can't make much of it.
Oh, what a run there by the 79.
Here he comes. He's going to take the lead going into turn number 1. He had a really good run there through turn 3. Really set up his front stretch really well. Able to get down to that yellow line. Let's see what Chris Seidenfaden
for
can
the
do.
lead.
Yes, sir. Chris Seidenfaden not quite letting that lead go just yet. They're still side by side here. Chris Seidenfaden still has the advantage as they head into turn number 2.
All right, Zach going to pull it right behind Chris Seidenfaden, the defending champion here.
Here comes Zach Willard. Got a run, got a little bit loose. Didn't want to run over that 5 car. Here he comes down the short chute to take the lead away.
With him.
And it looks like the 48 is going to try to follow suit as well of Michael Atkins Jr.
Oh, man, Michael looking here. He's playing upset for Performance Motorsports. A non-chase driver joining the team here.
And look at that damage that the 79 has. I don't think we've documented it much, but he's got a little bit of rear end damage. The spoiler's up just a little bit on these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know when he got it, but he's got a little bit, but it looks like it's not really affecting him that much here.
That rear damage on a chase here of that 79 of Zach Willard.
Well, it's a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Yeah, he's got this, you don't really need, I would per se, the downforce, because by the time you get, through the back stretch into the turn.
We got a caution.
We got a caution.
Not to cut you off there, but yeah, it does create a little bit of drag, but mostly you really want as much downforce as you can through these corners, as Ed Morris is off the pace here. Oh, we got a pretty big, massive wreck here. Oh, we got the 08. Looks like Orlando's involved in this.
Oh, Doug Blackman there,
or I'm sorry, the 85.
Kind of picked on there is Doug Blackman, so I'm going to be on Doug here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Orlando. Orlando just ate the wall off the tunnel turn. You know that tunnel turn stripe I was talking about? He got a little more than the stripe here coming off of exit of 2. He tries to keep it high, but the car just shoots low, and Doug Blackman just with nowhere to go. Andrew Jump, Ed Morris Sr., a lot of these guys on this one.
Oh, man, hitting that fence there, hitting that barrier for the 08, sent him down right in front of the 25. It looks like here we have the 85 going to be involved. The 14 going to be in the mix here. The 6, it looks like might have scraped by there, but Orlando Rivera from this booth the cause of it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely one of them racing instant deals. Got up into that gray stuff.
And the
Got a little bit too hard
25
into the gas.
engine is gone.
Yeah, that engine's definitely gone, and he's probably going to have about an hour worth of repairs here. Looks like pretty much our top 5, top 8, top 9 guys stayed out here. Looks like the rest, or I'm sorry, we got some guys pitting actually. Looks like about our top 4, top 5 stayed out. And Jeff, you sure? Oh, well, I'm sorry. Out of the guys that did stay out, our top 5, but some of these guys staying out here: Jeff Glockner, Alexander Brown, Christian DeBoer making up some spots. Looks like maybe some guys topping off with gas, or maybe just coming down here to get 4 more tires. But
well, what do you do in a situation here tonight with 15 to go?
Well, if I was in the top 5 like Jarrett Lipscher was, or up there with Michael Atkins, those guys, I think personally, I would have kept my track position, because it is just so hard to pass here. Like we've seen it all night here, Josh. These guys really have to earn every single spot that they get.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if I was some of these guys that pitted, like if I was maybe 10th on back, definitely would have made that pit stop. Because you have nothing to lose with only 18 cars here on the lead lap, about 16 or 17 now. But you definitely want to keep your track position if you're definitely within the top 10 of the running order.
All right, 18 likes here tonight. We've got 26 watching here currently. Can we hit that 20 like mark here? Glad to have everybody out there. Blair Patterson, Brandon Kennedy, everybody out there that has tuned in here tonight. Gary, it is very tricky tonight.
Yeah, we've seen a couple guys, Orlando in particular, having that issue there with the outside wall, and really just hitting your marks. You really can't overdrive. We've seen a lot of guys overdrive it, so by the center they have to really back out, and it just kills your exit speed and your straightaway speed. So these guys really just having to stay careful.
Have Zach Will up front, Biden at Zach. The third, Michael Atkins Jr. in a 4th. Paul Irvin a 5 here with a 14 to go. Our pole sitter gonna get the restart here in 5th.
Yeah, this is the furthest back Paul has been all race long. How's he going to respond? How's he going to be able to get through a little bit of this traffic here? I know it's not much, but here at Pocono, with it really being really hard to pass once you get up into this top 5, will he be able to make a late race charge?
Oh, let's see here. Zach Willard. Let's bring him up here real quick. Zach Willard, Josh run the booth, buddy. Got a copy real quick.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Well, Zach, doing fine, man. You guys get the one to go here this time by. You're up front. You're 12th in points, man. A lot to make up here tonight. What's going to take?
Just the top 5 is what I'm shooting for. I need to finish the year top 5. Hopefully that'll help. Had a really bad race last week and kind of hurt my chances, but a couple good finishes and maybe some luck on my side, we can get a good chase finish for this point series.
All right, buddy. Well, round 2 here tonight. We still have plenty of races to go. So, how's Pocono real quick?
It's pretty good, really competitive. Tires fall off about 10, 15 laps. It's fun though.
All right, Zach. Well, let's get back to it, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, Gary, you know, he's positive. He's just, you know, hoping for the best here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoping for the best, and, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll see him in victory lane. I know he said top 5, but, you know, he's definitely going to try to go for that win if he can, if he's in a position to do so.
All right, well, Fadden is going to be our current leader here. You know, he's going to be the driver to get him going. And Gary, get him going.
Yeah, absolutely. Side by side here in this front row with Chris Seidenfeld and Zach Willard. Then it's Rhett Nichols, Michael Atkins Jr., your second row. And then your third row here, rounding out our top 6, is Paul Irvin and Jeff Glockner. Jeff Glockner, good run for Jeff tonight. Rounding turn 3 for what hopefully is the final restart here. Coming to 12 to go, I'm sorry. Green flag in the air. Looks like, Zach Willard was our leader. I'll get the name right eventually. As they go here down the front straightaway, getting into turn number 1. Will Zach Willard be able to clear the 5 of Chris Seidenfeld?
Yeah,
looks like he's able
going
to
drop it right in front of him. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. But talk about that 48 of Michael Atkins Jr. here. Now in third.
Oh, here comes
from
Seidenfeld.
27.
He's got some momentum. He's going to try to come down here and take this lead.
Oh, the 5 of Seidenfeld.
Here comes Rhett Nichols, going to try to make the same move. Gonna be tight here, coming off 2. Here comes Zach Willard. He's got momentum once again, coming down the short chute as they head down into turn number 3.
Zach Willard, Chris Seidenfeld, side by side. 48 of
And it looks like
Michael
Zach is going to be able to stay in the
Jr.
gas here. He's going to clear him off of turn number 3.
for third.
Here comes Paul Urban, 3 wide. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Oh.
Trying to see what for here. I can't find it.
I think
here we go.
might have been
The 37.
Smith?
Yes, the 37 here.
James
Smith.
Thorndike.
Yes, sir. And James has been running pretty good all race long here until recently. Kind of had some bad luck here a little bit. Oh, the 59 just gets a little bit loose, it looks like, on a corner exit. And right down into the 37, nowhere to go.
All right, we see the 3 wide. Oh, right here out of 3.
You see
right
that
there, the
lightness you were talking about in the
59.
rear end. Just with it getting a little light on the exit of turn 3, we see it right there. Maybe a little bit of wheel spin. Gets on the edge, out of control. And just needed a little bit more room to save it. Unfortunately, Timothy Smith there in the 37 was there.
All right, well, caution here again. I will wait on here from the admin. Like a lap here. The last caution, 59 at fault, 37, contact with the 37, 59 EOL, 59 got loose down into the 37, so that was the last caution. 9 here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Well, Gary, 10 to go. I try not to eat, but you know, what's it gonna take?
Gotta make an exception here for Pocono. Come on.
I can, you know, because it is Pocono. There's only 3 turns instead of 4. You know,
so that means within 5 to go. No, I'm just kidding.
who would you talk to? Because it's really anybody's race.
You know what? Have we interviewed Michael yet tonight? Michael Atkins Jr.
No, we haven't. Let's get him up here. You talk to
Oh,
him.
actually, wait. I think we did actually earlier. I'm
No,
sorry.
we haven't.
did.
No, we haven't.
Oh, we haven't?
Michael, no.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Pull him up. I'll talk to him.
All right, let's get him up here. Go ahead.
Michael Atkins, Gary Wells up here in the booth, alongside Josh Medlock here. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Well, hey, you guys are running pretty good here. You're running the third spot. You're really starting to mix with those leaders here at the beginning of that last run. Talk about it here. You're running pretty good tonight.
Yeah, thought I'd feel out the field, start from the back, work my way up to the front. All the chase guys and stuff. Don't want to make them mad or nothing. Run clean and run hard at the same time and see where I stack with the leaders up here and where it's standing. I think I got a pretty good shot. But man, this stuff, they pinch.
Yeah, definitely for sure. We've seen you definitely be the biggest mover tonight, up 24 spots. Coming in here, 9 laps of racing to go here. It looks like as you guys are coming to, looks like maybe 2 to green here. But, what do you think your chances are? Do you think you have what it takes to maybe possibly pull off an upset win here tonight? Or are you just going to try to race as clean as you can around these chase guys?
Well, I think I got a good shot at getting past the 5 in Willard. The key thing is who's going to make the mistake between the two of them battling, trying to battle for the lead and stuff like that. And they don't call this a tricky triangle for nothing. But I'm gonna run clean as I can without wrecking them and get by them clean if I can. If not, I'll settle for a top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just wanted to wish you good luck here. You're running really solid. Good luck to you. And who knows? Maybe we'll see you here in the post race.
Yes, sir. If not, send my condolences to Ryan Newman and his family.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it turns out that he's just in serious condition right now, so he is still alive. He's just undergoing treatment right now. So, yeah, definitely praying for him for a speedy recovery.
Yes, sir. Well, hopefully see y'all. Talk with y'all later.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, Michael Atkins Jr. proved himself. He's up here in third. Gary, I've known him quite a while, and he's a clean, but he's a hard racer, and he said, try to that cleanly to break away from the win, get that win. But he's in between some teammates, between Samson and JBR. So,
Yeah, he's in between some teammates here, and honestly, it's gonna be. You've got 4 or 5 of the best drivers up here in the top 6, in the K&N series. So it's really gonna be hard to pass these guys. I think he's gonna do what it takes to race as cleanly as he can. I don't think he wants to necessarily dump anybody for the win, but for darn sure, he's gonna be racing as hard as he can to. Try to maybe pull off the win. If not, he's definitely got a top 3 locked in for sure.
Oh, and 8 to go here tonight. Coming to 7 when they get the green flag. Chris Seidenfaden going to be in control of the field alongside Zach Willard. That Samson Motorsport team on the outside with really the only driver on that inside of JBR, but Michael Atkins Jr. in third. He's in a pretty good position. He split up that JBR team. It's going to be an interesting coming to 7 to go.
Yeah, coming to 7 to go here. Michael Atkins has really been the only guy that can prove that he can be up here consistently and break up, this quartet, of these teammates. So, kind of an us against the world mentality here. He's driving for performance, of course, but one of the, I guess, quote unquote, one of the smaller teams here in Extreme. So he's definitely going to put it all out there and try to pull off victory if he can.
All right, get him going. Gary, coming to 7 to go here tonight.
Yes, sir. Coming to 7 laps to go here. Another All Paul's Animal Hospital green flag. Pace car lights are out, making the hard left turn. Zach Willard gonna be on the loud pedal here. Green flag back in the air. Coming around to 7 to go, this time by. Willard definitely takes a commanding lead here once again off the gun. These guys scrambling here, 2 wide back here in the back of the pack as he gets a good arc into turn number 1. Here comes Michael Atkins Jr. trying to battle for that second spot.
Yeah.
Here comes Paul Irvin, gets a little tight on this 17 car. 5, Chris Seidenfaden up into the wall here just for a moment.
Michael Atkins is going to take that second spot. Here comes the 9 of Paul Irvin in second. The 5 of Alexander Brown. Going to try that side-by-side with the 5. He's going to make the pass. What is going to happen here with 7 to go at the Turkey Triangle?
Here comes Alexander Brown making a dive down to the inside of the 9. He's going to try to. Wasn't able to quite get there, but I don't know what happened to Chris. I don't know if he hit the wall, but he lost a lot of momentum coming off of turn number 1 there, that past lap. Here comes Zach Willard back into the lead. Takes a commanding lead, about a half second
back here with
Michael
Alan
Atkins.
Hilton and company.
Yeah, a lot of side-by-side battles going on back here between Jeff Glockner and Alan Hilton. Christian DeBoer is right there in the mix as well.
Oh, man. Chris Seidenfaden side by side with the Alexander
they're almost
Brown.
3 wide there. I thought he was going to try to shoot the gap.
Lord. 6 to go here tonight at the Turkey Triangle. Got a pass here. I'm trying to get up to it.
Oh, Alan Hilton hits that bottom apron there pretty hard.
Oh, man.
Here comes Alan Hilton. He's going to try to take that position away over Red Nichols.
They're
side by side, real tight here. Here they come, rounding turn 3. Did that side draft help Rhett? It does by a little bit. Beats him by a half a car length here at the line.
Oh, man. What is it going to take here? Zach Willard up front. Michael Atkins Jr. in now second spot. Paul Irvin in third. A little bit of breakaway there. A little bit of a gap between first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. You know, there's a gap between them at about 0.4 of a second, you know.
Yeah, so they're coming to 4 to go this time.
Yeah, 4 to go this time by, you know. Haven't done a crank it up here tonight. It's really been all action here. You know?
Yeah, been quite a bit of action here. But this is the kind of points tonight that Zach Willard and both Paul Irvin needed.
Chris Seidenfaden on the outside of his teammate, Brett Nichols here for that 5th spot.
Yeah, really going to be a hard battle here for the top 5. But as I was alluding to, you know, Zach Willard and Paul Irvin, both 12th and 10th in the points respectively. Yeah. This is really going to bring their chase hopes back to life here a little bit. Maybe not going to bring them all the way back here, but it's definitely going to bring them close.
Right, 4 to go here as we make our way in through turn 2, the tunnel turn. Oh, somebody into the wall. Who is that? Paul Irvin? What?
Is that Paul Irvin into the wall? Are you crazy?
Somebody
I don't know.
Got into the wall.
Oh, he hit that wall ton here.
I think that was
Paul
got that.
He got that Pocono stripe there. There goes Alexander Brown to the inside to pass him, as we see on the replay. Yeah, and Alexander Brown moves up into third. Oh, my goodness. We're seeing some blocking, some break of the draft here. Maybe some crossovers here in a second. Here comes Michael Atkins.
Yeah.
He's going to try to make that move here on the 79 of Zach Willard.
Well, watch the lead up here between Zach and Michael. Michael looking for the upset here tonight. And it's going to come down to JBR here and Performance Motorsports with Michael Atkins Jr.
That 79 didn't get through turn 2 very good. Here comes Michael Atkins. He's going to try to go to this outside here in 3.
Can he get no, turn 3 is rough.
Yeah, that turn 3, Zach Willard has really mastered that all night long. It looked like there just through the center of that last corner there, through turn two.
Michael
Two to go, and here comes Michael Atkins to the outside. It looked like Zach really overdrove the center of the corner, so he had to really back up the exit. And that really set up Michael Atkins to really battle here for this lead as we come through turn one.
Side by side,
Real
into
tight
one.
here
Michael
off of turn
Atkins,
one.
Zach Willard.
Oh, was there
door
contact?
to door. Michael Atkins gonna take over the
Oh, we got a
lead
wreck. We got a
here
wreck.
from
Paul
Zach
Evans
Willard
involved.
and across.
Caution's out. We're going to have a green white checkered.
Paul Irvin involved, and a green white checkered will be.
Yeah, Paul
the
Irvin just hit
case.
that wall a ton here. It looked like a couple other cars are involved as well. Looks like maybe the 22 of Bradley Wetzel involved here. Looks like he makes a hard left turn to the inside wall, hits it pretty good there at the left side. But really, it looks like the only vehicle involved here is Paul Irvin.
All right, Paul Irvin diving it down here. We're taking a look at it here on MaxSpeedTV replay. Paul catching that outside of wall, and right there it's going to send the 22 of Bradley Wetzel hard into that inside of wall. He is going to have, well, his engine is gone. Unfortunately, we see it here on the replay. And, you know, everybody just getting around the number 9 as well. So, green-white checkered attempt here tonight. We do not interview anybody under green-white checkered attempt.
Oh, no, absolutely
not. So, what do you do here in this situation? You know, 23-lap stint run, your tires, your fuel, you know, you can make it, but you know, what's more important here this evening?
I don't know. I feel like if Zach Willard comes down, everybody's going to or I'm sorry, if Michael Atkins comes down, I feel like everybody's going to stay out. But if he stays out, you might see some takers here at the back end of the top 5 that might pit. But I really don't know. I don't know what you do here.
I think I would stay out. You know,
yeah, I think you would here too. I think you would here too. I mean, but we are seeing Chris Seidenfaden. Is it a fake? Rhett Nichols is also coming in. Okay, they both fake it. All right. Okay. They were making me wonder.
Michael Atkins gonna stay out for sure.
Looks like Alan Hilton is one of our few takers here. I don't think Bradley Wetzel's going to make it all the way back around. He's only going about 20 miles an hour. I think he's done for the night here. But I believe Rick Donathan Sr. is going to be our free pass winner, I think. I think he's getting ready to come through here and take his free pass eventually here, I think.
So the official word, of course.
It is a self-spin on the 9 car, and the 9 car will receive an ELL.
Michael Atkins, our leader, Zach Willard, second, Alexander Brown in third. That is the top 3 here. So we have a non-chase driver up front. We have a chase driver in chase driver third, driver the 4th, and a chase driver in that 5th position. We seen it last week, Gary. A non-chase driver can win it. And Michael Atkins Jr. he's up here. He can upset this field even more in the top 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Last week in Atlanta, we saw Michael Atkins really battling with Will L. Davis. I thought it was going to be a battle between those two, but Michael Atkins got involved in an incident and engine blew, and he was done for the night. But he really showed strength last week that he can run in the top 5 with these guys. So going to be a very interesting restart. And, of course, only 1 green, white checkered here. So going to be interesting what these guys do passing-wise as we come down to the end of it.
All right, well, we have hit the white check 1. Gary, I believe they get 3 attempts, correct?
No, just one.
Oh, just one. So this is the end
This is it
of
right here.
Yeah, this is it.
No matter
Okay,
if the caution comes
so-
out or the white flag, they have to take the white flag.
Yeah.
Or if a caution comes out, it's also official. So only
So
one shot
attempt
at.
here for Extreme Motorsports. Can Michael Atkins Jr. upset the field here tonight? Whether it be a checkered flag finish, whether it be a yellow coming to the restart, we don't know. But we're going to step away here, play a quick commercial break, side by side here on MaxSpeedTV. Alrighty, folks, there are 1 to go here for the one and only green-white checkered night. Michael Atkins Jr. in control of the field, followed by Zach Wilson outside, Alex third, Brett fourth, and Seidenfaden champion. What is it gonna take for the upset for Michael Atkins Jr.? Gary.
Have a really good restart and solid corners. He's going to have the restart of his life, get off the gun here, and then he's just going to have the best 3 corners of his life here for these next 2 laps.
All right, well, just giving thanks out there to Michelle McMaster Eisenhower out there. Nos Reno saying, love MaxSpeedTV, man. This restart and the one and only green and white checkered is going to be interesting. If the caution comes out, it's over.
Right, so if I'm Willard here, I need to be as aggressive as I can be without spinning my tires too much because I need that win. I need those points, to help my championship
here for the one and only green and white checkered, buddy.
Sponsored by All Paul's Animal Hospital here. This next green flag back in the air. Michael Atkins really hard back into the gas. He's going to be clearing the field here. Here comes Zach Willard. He's trying to get a good enough arc here into turn number 1 this time. Here comes Rhett Nichols. Almost kind of bumping and banging his way up through there.
To third, Ryan Alexander Brown.
That was a really good restart there by Rhett Nichols as well.
Yes!
Zach Willard had a very solid one himself. But what are they going to do? Are they going to battle each other? Are they going to try to battle for this win here, Josh? They really got to think about that.
I don't know. Coming around turn 2, the tunnel turn. Michael Atkins in the lead here tonight.
Now, we've seen Willard be able to throw it down here into turn 3 all night long. Let's see how he does it again.
Well, it looks like Michael Atkins guarding that yellow line. Coming to the white flag here tonight. The green and white checkered attempt. What to go here, sponsored by Lunchbox here tonight.
For all your building and construction needs across the Southeast United States, visit lodgebox.build. Lodgebox. Build with us.
All right, battle for second here. Oh, the 17 of Rhett Nichols going to go
I think
into
Michael
second.
Atkins is going to scoot away here unless he makes a mistake. Oh, Rick Donovan Sr. into the wall coming off of turn number 1. Hard into the inside wall.
They are off. So Michael Atkins Jr. has to make it to the checkered
Zach Willard's
flag
falling on
here
back. That's not good
this
here.
evening. Man, what is it going to take here tonight? Michael Atkins Jr., one more turn. He's got Rhett Nichols in second place. A battle for third here between Alexander Brown. 3 wide back here. But Michael Atkins going to win it here tonight for round 2 here at Pocono. Wow, what a race.
What a race. A non-chaser able to pull it off for the second week in a row.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Man.
Very, very much incredible here. I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Man, Michael Atkins Jr. in first place, gonna win it. Gonna be Rhett Nichols in second and Zach Willard in third. Man, it's gonna be interesting for the interviews for sure. Let's get the top 3 up here as we step away. And get ready for the MaxSpeedTV post-race show coming up, folks, right after this message. Alrighty, folks, back alive here on a MaxSpeedTV. Have caught up with our third place finisher here this evening. It's Zach Willard here tonight. Zach, awesome job, buddy. Finishing in the third. Man, it's Pocono. Talk about it here tonight because it really come down to that green white checkered.
Yeah, they don't call it tricky triangle for anything. Key tonight was saving tires, and I didn't do that well of it saving tires. I knew Michael had 5 laps better tires than the field, and I knew once he caught me, he was going to be able to pass me. I was just hoping to block him a little bit, But he got a killer run coming out of 1, and took the lead, and then the caution came out and got passed by Rhett. Rhett saved his tires a little bit too, but overall it was a fun race. Being up front, top 3 all race was fun. Battling Rhett and Paul most of the race was quite exciting.
Zach, you came into tonight well the chase standings. This is definitely going to help you going forward into that championship format, round 2. What does that mean to you to kind of bounce back and get the most points that you can? We did some damage there on that 79. So, what does that mean?
It means a lot. Last week, I got caught up in an accident, kind of ruined my race, totaled my car. And it really kind of put a damper to the whole season because, I had a 50-point lead in the points going into the chase, and one race makes me go all the way back to last in the chase. And now I just got to keep getting top 5s, really good finishes, and some luck on my side so I can, try to jump back up and get the best spot finish that I can in this points.
Well, we have Richmond next week before the break. Your thoughts on Richmond before the week 13 update for iRacing?
I feel like Richmond's gonna be track position, because it's a little hard to pass there, and short track racing there's gonna be accidents, so it's gonna be all come down to track position, and if you're in the right spot at the right time to get a good finish.
All right, Zach, what thought shout out you want to give for the awesome third place finish here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Lodgebox, Wax Electric, Jacob Bell Racing. I couldn't do it without them. I'd like to thank you guys in the booth for putting on a show every week, and thanks to Extreme Motorsports and Doug Design.
All right, Zach, we'll see you next week at Richmond, bud. Go celebrate.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our second place here tonight. And I believe Gary has caught up with him here this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Rhett Nichols here, second place finish, man. Almost was able to pull off the win. Heck of a restart to get all the way up to second, though. Talk about your race tonight.
It was a great race. Stayed up front the whole race, which is the most important thing here. Pocono didn't want to get caught up in any wrecks or anything like that. Wasn't trying to push too hard. It's a points race. I was finishing in the top 5, so I was kind of happy with where I was. Didn't feel like I had to race anybody near me because they weren't that close to me in points. So, and then at the end, when I was behind the non-chase driver, I wasn't going to push it too hard and keep the car clean and get a good finish.
Yeah, absolutely. You did just that. Looked like you really saved your tires there toward the end of that race. But next week we go to Richmond. Definitely another short track here. You've really been the guy to sweep the short track so far this season. What's your thoughts and your plans going into Richmond here?
Richmond's one of my favorite tracks. I ran just as many splits when the K&N series was there last season, so hopefully we'll get a good finish there. I love that track.
Yeah, absolutely. Any thoughts, shout outs you want to give tonight as we let you go celebrate your second place here?
Oh, of course. Got to thank you guys at the broadcast team here. Got to thank the league and the admins. They do a lot to make sure this league runs, and really thankful for that. Got to thank my team, Samson Motorsports, and their sponsors, Northern Capital, Chris's Sports Card, and a good friend of Samson Motorsports, Russ Anderson. Got to thank my family, and last but not least, my girlfriend.
All right. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. We'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you very much.
All right, well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight, a non-Jace driver for the second week in a row here. This time, Michael Atkins Jr. Michael, man, what a run you had out there. You managed to get the lead under the green and white checkered, and you just finished it off here in the lead to get the win, man. How was Pocono here tonight? What does it mean to get the first win of your Extreme Motorsports and 99.com career here tonight in round 2 of the chase?
Means a lot. Considering I've ran, what is it now, 3, maybe 4 weeks, and just a lot of bad luck. And last week, a lot of bad luck really fell my way, and just bad luck with the car backing down the track onto the apron right in front of me. It took me out a good top 3 finish, but we got redemption here based on just having a good spotter / crew chief helping me out tonight. Well, Danny Weaver, I don't think I would have seen a lot of action with cars over driving into the corner and washing up and almost hit me in the door and stuff like that. But overall, man, it feels pretty good, Josh.
Well, Michael, I've known you for a long time, and you finished the race, it looks like, with 0 incidents. Pocono. It is the tricky triangle. How does it feel to, according to my stats, of course, to get 0 incidents at this place?
You got to have a lot going your way. Being very observant what's going on around you, and if you're lucky enough getting somebody that's pretty good at crew chiefing / spotting, that you know what's going on behind you, and he kept me informed with how quick I was compared to the leaders and yada yada yada, all the beneficial stuff you need at Pocono. It's just they don't call it tricky triangle for nothing. You got to keep the momentum going through all 3 corners just at the right time, the whole run, in order to be faster.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, we got Richmond next week. We know you're going to be a part of it, bud. Your thoughts on Richmond from Pocono?
Short track, bumper to bumper, tempers are flaring. I hope the admins are ready.
All right, bud. Well, thoughts, shout outs you want to give for your win here tonight?
I give a shout out, like I said before, Danny Ware for spotting crew chief. What he did tonight, I think he's earned a job spotting crew chief and foreman for the rest of this K&N season. Wish I could have him for the trucks, but I know he's tied up as driver with trucks. But shout out to my painter Ken Roos of Ken Skins Designs. If you need a paint scheme done, just give him a holler and let him know I sent you. But shout out for my wife for allowing me to do this, and my 2 kids for putting up with me while I do this. So it's not easy being a dad of 11-year-old and a 22-month-old at the same time. So
we feel it, man. Hey, congratulations on your first win here for Extreme into the chase at that, buddy. Get ready for Richmond next week because it's going to get extreme in round 3 as well.
sounds good. We'll see you there. Hopefully we can win it again, back to back.
All right, bud. All right, Gary. Well, man, what a race out here tonight at Pocono. So, for the second straight week, as you talked about it, a non-chase driver winning the race definitely going to play a big factor in the point standings in round 3 coming up next week at Richmond.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Really big shakeup to the points, but for the second week in a row, Rhett Nichols finishes second again to the non-chase driver.
Wow.
So I'm sure he's trying to figure out, how can I beat these non-chasers as we go into a place like Richmond? It sounds like Rhett's definitely been riding the hot hand over the last couple of months since the New Year's break. So he's definitely going to be a guy to watch here in this championship. Zach Willard has a really good rebound tonight, finishing third. So a lot of good runs sprinkled throughout the field. But definitely Richmond is going to be fun. Looking forward to next week.
Oh, yeah, Richmond next week here. The Designs Kitted Pro Series for Extreme Motorsports on 99.com. But got official results here, pending any admin stuff they have to do here. Michael Atkins, though. Michael Atkins Jr. gonna finish in first, a non-chase driver for the second week in a row that a non-chase driver, managed to win the race. Man, awesome job. Rhett Nichols gonna finish in that second spot. Zach Willard in third. Alexander Brown in fourth. Chris Fadden in fifth. Jet Lipster sixth. Christian DeBoer 7th, Jeff Glockner 8th, James Thorndike 9th, and Alan Hilton gonna grab that top 10. Gary?
In 11th spot, we have our pole sitter, Paul Irvin. 12th place, Ron J. Miller. 13th place, Rick Christensen. 14th place, Kevin Moffitt. 15th place, another strong top 15 run for Orlando Rivera. 16th place, we've got Edward Bray. Last car on the lead lap. First car one lap down here is 17th spot of Timothy Smith. In 18th place, we've got Rick Donathan Sr., 19th place, Doug Blackman, and rounding out your top 20 is Bradley Wetzel.
All right, Edward Moore Sr., 21st, Douglas Carlson, 22nd, Jeremy Horn, 23rd, Andrew Jump, 24th, Brian Bossman, 25th, Lee Staples, 26th, Donnie Lee, 27th, John Sterling, Jake Clarkson, and Jacob Lee, our admin tonight. Gary, awesome job by these drivers at Pocono, but tomorrow night the Northern Capital Truck Series, it's gonna be a race of its own in the trucks. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, tomorrow night at Indianapolis. We can go from the tricky triangle to what I call the tricky rectangle. Definitely gonna see a lot of side-by-side battles tomorrow. I think you're really going to see some short track type racing going through these 4 very distinct corners of Indianapolis. So really going to be a fun race to watch tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow night, the Northern Capital Truck Series, round 2 at Indy. 80 laps there as well. Gary, awesome job as always here tonight, helping me out in the K&N series. But our winner, Michael Atkins Jr., man, awesome job. Until next time, folks, stay safe and have a good night. Wow.